we end on?
Sorry.
Which one?
The one with Eric Rona, right?
Yeah.
124.
124. Thank you.
Yeah. So.
124.
Yeah. So I got 125 through 128 prepped.
Okay. Good. Yeah.
Yep. Sound looks good. Good.
Pop chat. We go.
Hey, LJ, I didn't even put in your reminder. Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, that is clockwork. Oh, that's why. Yep. Yes, don't. LJ. I have to do it. That's what she said on there from The Office. Don't say that. Just kidding. I'm in one of those. I am exhausted. I'm in one of those moods. See? It was great. So Anna, I don't know if you caught any of that. Here, you're getting.
No, I
anyway.
didn't. Unfortunately.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I need to catch that later.
That was a really good show.
I'm looking forward to talking to them soon.
We had Garner's daughter, too, Tempest. Remember from Gary Con?
Mm-hmm.
She was on too for getting her character ready. She's gonna play one of those Saxons, one of those Foot Knight characters. Yeah, half elven.
Awesome. Yeah.
So it's gonna be really cool. Just getting out announcements. I got your character, LJ, done 99%. So.
Oh, cool.
I got one of the four. Yeah, I worked on that one first because that's the one with the spell list. But it looks like Lily may have a minor spell list because Lily is going to be playing. It looks like the same type of character that Eric Mengi has in 2 Drink Minimum, Halfling Guardian. So that'd be cool. Have another Guardian in the campaign. Those Guardians are really good characters, so I'm really excited. Yeah. I'm really excited to put that together for her. So.
Or Random World. No, I haven't heard anything since GaryCon after we just acknowledged that we got the contact and that I would love to be on. So I haven't heard anything since. So please reach back to me on Twitter or I can whisper you my email to
or Discord.
Or Discord, yeah. That works too.
One thing, they will come prepared. Really prepared, so that's a great thing.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah, definitely. I got a lot of shout outs out. Everyone is doing well. All right, let's see what we got here. Getting through the crowd here. Through all the shouts. Busy next couple of weeks coming up. I would love, you know. Sean Reynolds wrote one of these, and I actually ran one of these we're going to talk about tonight just recently. I would love to get him, but I can't get him, you know, I just had him on, you know, so he's one of the ones I could have reached out to. But the other two were Jason Bowman and Tito Lieti. So there's some really great people that wrote these that we're going to be talking about now coming up today. So it's a cool thing. All right, I think that's enough. I think I've shouted out enough. Yo, yo, yo!
Trollord Games, join the fray.
Yeah. Hey, darling. Yes, she did. And hey, darling, if you're there, I want to ask, what's the 29th, Saturday night the 29th look? I know it's short, but it doesn't look like the Nerdy Guy game's going to go off that quick, so I have an opening. I'm thinking, can we get Slavs fit in on the 29th of April? Let me know. Which would be kind of cool. I know it's short notice. 2 weeks! Alright, no problem. Don't worry. That was a last second thing, so cool. Nah, don't worry about it. Just thinking about options, because Nerdy Guy games would be in the morning anyway, so, but I was thinking. A night. All good. What's up, Tim? Lurk's fine, dude. Lurking is all good. It's a long shot. Did you put up those Elmores, man? It's like, you know, I always get something that takes me like a new poster, you know, a new print, and it always takes me like forever to get it mounted and put up, so I wouldn't blame you if you haven't yet. What am I hitting? What am I hitting? This one. Thank you for the sub, 491. Awesome. Very cool. Always take a pic and throw it in the Discord, man, for me. And direct Discord if you want. Hey, no problem. Real life work is important. Man, I got this thing there. Turn it down even further. Yeah, it's all good. I got a full work week too, and I'm not looking forward to it either. Nice. Cool. Boom, 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 boom. All right, we're gonna get stuff rolling here. It's just down to me tonight.
Yep.
Yes, I'm suffering. I always am suffering. We haven't done one of these in like 3 months since we had Eric Mona. Maybe it was 2. I lose track of time. But since Eric Mona's on, we haven't gone back to these delves into the dungeon magazines. So, ooh yeah, channel points all the way. You don't need to turn in a VIP though, because you already got a mod and a VIP. So saving for this 10,000s. It's regular hero points. You know how awesome. You know how vital they are. Dirac is 5th there. There you go, Anna.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Yep.
Ah. Thanks, Longshot. Awesome to see. Alright, here we go. Tonight, Dan and I, we're going to delve into some dungeon magazines with some legendary Greyhawk adventures in them, written by some legendary people tonight. If you want to read along or stress along, we're going dungeons 125 through 128, hopefully. That doesn't mean we'll get to them all, because, you know, we should get sidetracked. Thanks, Altair. Good to see you. Really good to see you. Looks like we're going to get one of those early hype trains. It is! You were right. I forgot to do something. That was yesterday morning. Give me 1 second. Oh, thank you. I'm changing it. You'll have to refresh when it comes. Give me a second. Oh, nice. It's going to be short and sweet. Thank you so very much for doing that, for reminding me. See, there's always something I forget. Gabbin number 243. All right. This is part 11. This is the 11th one we've done of that. Just to make sure I spelled everything right. Yep, all right. Thank you. Yeah, you got me. Oh, damn weirdo! Thanks, Wayne.
Awesome.
Awesome. I changed up a couple of the, back to some of the older ones, notifications there. There we go. So, in the fire. Caitlin in the fire fighting. All right. Good evening, everyone. Hey, Gabriel, Mooncloud. Good to see everyone tonight. So, I'll say this, Anna, if you didn't, and for all of those who did, please tell me how much you enjoyed yesterday morning, because it's the first time I've ever streamed a session 0, ever, and it was really cool. And I got four characters concepts all done. I've finished up one of them. I finished up LJ's. I got 3 more to go, but they're for different groups. So the one for Tempest is for another group, but the 3 of them are for Nerdy Guy, and I got the 4th one concept today. So we're rocking and rolling. Yeah, it was fun, wasn't it? It was a good time. I know you were a little nervous, but don't worry about it. Trust me, it becomes old hat here. I'm setting up the giveaway here, which will be some classic D&D reprints. I got a bunch of new ones from Patrick, Canadian Ancient Gamer, so we are good. Curtis, cleaning out my room with Gary Con materials. You know what? If I showed this corner of this room right here, back here, you can't see it, Curtis. I have shit from last year's Gary Con still.
I have
no lie, piled up here.
Yeah, mine is full of stuff back and forth, but it's mainly my camera equipment and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot there. Thank you for the follow.
Yeah.
Once again, we got next of 99 followers over at the
Oh, so you down again?
I'm down to 99 now. I think we're at 99.02 again. It's you
Oh.
called it. You absolutely called it. So let's just have some fun tonight and talk about. Now, last time when we did this, and we had Eric Mona
Yeah.
on himself to talk about the
Mhm.
adventure he wrote, the initial
Yep.
adventure for the Age of Worms campaign. So a lot of you who are new, the Age of Worms campaign was the second. The first one was the Cauldron series. Troy, thank you. The Cauldron series, that wasn't really Greyhawk set, but it was the first adventure path. Now, you all know Tomb of Annihilation and Dragon Queen and all the Rise of the Rune Lords. This is the ones we're going to discuss tonight are the forefathers, the originals that all this concept came from. You know? So, Anna, your thoughts on that? Haven't been botted? Me? Botted? No. So what's happening is the following. What's happening is they're in the middle of spring cleanup. So they go through and there's some kind of computer program that AI generates, and they'll purge old accounts. You know, like a person with 1 million might get I don't know, like Mizkif or someone may lose like 10,000 viewers at 10,000 followers. I lost 99, so you know.
Not that bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. We're good. And you know by viewership and subs and all that, things haven't dropped off. So yeah, if you get following, sometimes it can happen. But I don't know. There's a lot of bots out there too. But things are good. So Troy, thank you for that. That was really kind. So Anna, we had Eric Mona on a while back. And we got legendary authors tonight. You'll know the names of the authors, and I'll just tell you the four: Mike Merles.
Yeah.
Mike Merles, Sean Reynolds, who we just had on a couple months ago, Jason Bullman, and Tito Liadi. We're going to be talking, if we get to the fourth one. So, now keep on chatting. So, yes, Mike Boothill Merles. Now, I won't call Mike out, but I will. I asked him to come on, and he said he's not able to yet because he works for WotC. So, I did ask him to come on tonight.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get him in the
did.
future. So,
Yep, absolutely. So, what are your thoughts, Anna, as we're going to start hitting up Dungeons 125 to 128 tonight?
I was going to say I think we're in the greatest era of Dungeon Magazine, where they got more, because we have to realize Dungeon Magazine, at least in my opinion, seems like it started out at the little brother to Dragon Magazine, had less resources, was just black and white, no color more than the cover, etc. It was a little kind of a test shot at first, and then gradually got more resources. But when Paizo took over, they boosted it, and Dungeon Magazine was as epic as Dragon Magazine, had color through and through, and got as much. In some ways, I think Dungeon is in some ways superior to Dragon Magazine in this era. But so these are the golden age of Dungeon Magazine. I think we're getting into now.
No doubt about it. Because remember, they're putting digital. I have some of them too. The digital add-on resources and everything
exactly.
like that.
Meaning Dungeon got the full.
We're not knocking Dragon. We're just saying that Dungeon is.
No, I mean compared to
Curtis.
Dragon Magazine, it was always the little brother, or the stepchild of Dragon Magazine early on.
Close to hitting over level 4, everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now it's getting the full treatment here and getting as good as Dragon Magazine.
So one of these I ran. We'll get to that. I just ran it just recently, and I'll talk about what I did. But let's just kick it off here, right? Let's get rolling on this because it's some awesome stuff. So we're gonna go to. Remember, this is in PDF, of course. I have.
Oh yes, I'm seduced by the color art, no doubt about it.
Yeah,
yep.
Yeah. So this is Dungeon 125. The Age of Worms revealed, embark upon the new adventure path. Now this is Eric Mona did number 124. He did the first adventure. All right, so this is the second adventure in the Age of Worms path for Greyhawk, along with all the other stuff that's going to be in here. And we're going to see some familiar names in here. Very familiar names. Someone who plays in my campaign, too. I think it's in this one. So let's take a look here. Yo, what's up, Dave? What's up, Guild Superior? You know what? I forgot to do some group shout-outs. I know I did Darling, but let me hit some people up here. There you go. There you go. You and Nerdy. I don't think there was anyone else on, but there you go. Good to see you all. Thank you for the level 4 hype. That was really kind of you all. So, Clean the Blades of Githyankai. Tiefling-looking woman there. Tiefling, yeah, exactly. Yes, because Age of Worms is awesome. So as we keep on going down here, and some ads from this era, and we're now in 2005. Exact. Yes, I did. Save your money. You are too kind, and you're a hard worker. So, The Three Faces of Evil by Mike Merles. Okay, and that's the adventure we're going to be talking about, mostly Greyhawk. But then you come down here, and Mr. Snowlock Snowball Swarm himself, Andy Collins, has his Pit of the Fire Lord. This is an Eberron adventure. All right, so that's kind of cool. Eberron, Andy Collins and James Wyatt, two big names. No, it's not this one coming up. There's another in one of the upcoming ones. Eric Boyd has an adventure too. And then Seekers of the Silver Ford, Tim Hitchcock. And this is the Githyankai one, which is probably astral plane based, so you could fit almost any campaign. So on the cover art, they talk about stuff here. Remember, this is the Eric Mona era of running everything here, so we know we're getting great content. Some ads. More Reaper, hey, sponsor. Yep. These miniatures are old now. That's the funny thing. 18 years old. All right. And here's Eric talking about Diamond Lake. It's out, so well, we're one issue in the Age of Worm adventure path, and already series has taken on a life of its own. Yes. So they knew they had the ever mysterious Tim may be joining us, everyone. By the way, do not tell him how much in chat I busted his balls yesterday morning about why we do stuff, because Tim did it and I couldn't like the dual classing first level fighter stuff. So, yep. I'm just kidding. You guys can bust his stones all you want. So, you dead and me. Hey, thank you and welcome in. It's good to see you. Really appreciate it. It's going to be a really fun discussion tonight, and we'll probably have Blue Blocks rating in a little while. So he also talks about right here, the Shackled City hardcover comes out. Mm-hmm. Now, if you have one of those, you are very lucky because it's worth like $200 now. Yes,
I have it somewhere.
It was only it was $60 back then, so it was pretty expensive. I was going to show us what we're talking about. That's the first adventure path, which got retconned, as we all know, into Greyhawk afterwards. Right.
This is the one. Yep. And it's a thick 3rd edition as the official D&D logo.
Yeah, absolutely. Really a great book.
And it is at 400 pages.
It's really nice.
404 pages plus some maps and index and stuff. So 400 pages of adventure. It's a really cool tome.
It is definitely. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So, hey, Ben, good to see you overseas. So, the Age of Worms is started. We have that a whole addendum, like here. If you can find this, get it. Don't ask me, please. Wait, I got to pull this down here. You need that. If you want to really help yourself, find this. This is the Age of Worms Overload. This is a digital This is the era of they're figuring out, man, we put these digital supplements out. We can really help ourselves with running these Age of Worm campaigns. This is an entire supplement called Age of Worms Overload. Mm-hmm. And, as you can see, it's written by Eric Mona. And look at the names on here. Legends. Jason Bullman, James Jacobs, Mike Schley, art direction. So, what's up, Keith? Thanks. And this goes over a lot of the synopsis of the background for the DM mostly. And look, it has a synopsis for every adventure in here. As it starts with Whispering Cairn, which we did when Eric Ronan was on before Gary Con. And this is the next one we're going to talk about, Mike Merles. But look at this. This thing is 30 pages long of just appendix information to. LJ, I told you. So, and also right here, the Gabbin Triad, which I know has come up multiple times. Right here's a discussion on it, and remember, this is Eric Mona's creation, so this is really an awesome thing. Forgotten Realms. Yeah, Eric Boyd in here does a Forgotten Realms conversion. Our great friend, Telegord Stunknord himself. So I think there's a Dragonlance one here. No, there's not. There's just Forgotten Realms. So, yep. So if you can find this,
Page 23, part 2, Citadel of Hextor. It's when you read stuff like that, it's awesome.
Yeah, is it in here? Yeah.
Yeah, page 23. 24 is the map.
Here's Eberron conversion by Keith Baker, who Blue Box had on. So some unbelievable stuff in here. Seeker Lodge. The Seekers can be incorporated into Eberron. So you got a great document. I'm trying to see how big this is. Okay, it's only 3 megs, so it can be shared via Discord easily. So, what's up, Casey? So, Age of Worms Overload. I don't really have a copy. You guys can't see me, but if worse comes to worse and you couldn't find it scouring everywhere, okay. So, I'll tell Eric I did it to keep the legend going there. What's up, Casey?
Hello.
Yeah, the cover of Age of Worms Overload. That's it. It's a digital download that Paizo put out for this. It's a must-have. It's a must-have. Lots of background information, all condensed, compiled. Yep. Okay. And here we are at 120. Casey, did you run Age of Worms? I avoided all the APs because I wanted to play them. Currently on my third attempt to get exactly. So what a we're talking cream of the crop here. Now we are two things. Casey's on. We got a Living Greyhawk High Folk on Wednesday, so you'll see El Draco Casey on Wednesday. Also note I am working on James Jacobs for a Savage Tide synopsis, either on Legends Lore and Gabbin when he's able to come on. All right, so just note we'll be doing the third Adventure Path, Savage Tide, when I can get James Jacobs on. So just note that is all in the works. Lots of stuff in the works here, and really fun stuff.
Yep.
So just sending out a message here. So, Anna, have you ever gone into the depths of these? How great these are?
No, not really.
Okay.
Not enough depth. I read them through in order to when I map the area. That's it.
Thank you, Samuel. Link shared. Where'd you share it? I don't see it in your. I don't see it down, but wherever you share. Did you share it on Cannon Fire Discord? Is that where you shared it, Sam?
No, it's Dungeon Resources, Age of Worms Overlord.
That one post. Okay, awesome. Thank you. I was on our page. Thank you. That is great. So it is free. It's a free download too, right?
Yep.
All right. That is fantastic. Yep. Beautiful. So there you go. Thank you, Sam, for doing that. Everyone that's get it now. And then you'll have that overload and and that excellent. Really appreciate that. Cool, because now I won't feel guilty about having to share it with anyone. Three Faces of Evil. Mike Merles. Everyone knows Mike Merles still works for WotC. Now he doesn't work in the D&D division. He works in the Magic the Gathering division, but he was at GaryCon running adventures. He ran more adventures than I did. I think he ran for like 20. What, Curtis? Like 24 hours he ran. He DM'd or something. I didn't see him a single time. Normally I see people, but I didn't see him here. So see you, LJ. Enjoy. We're going back to work. The Ebon Triad seeks to create a fiendish overgod, a monstrosity of pure evil that combines the power of Arithmal, Hexter, and Vecna. The cult's research indicates it's an ancient being known as Caius. It's tied to the Overgord's ride. Overgod. I said Overgord. Oh, my God. Like Disney. Yep. Little's known about Caius, save that he was once a powerful being in the Fiend Folio. Now, the bowels of Diamond Lake, the Ebon Triad pursues rumors that the worms-like progeny of Caius have once again risen. Is the Age of Worms finally at hand? Really a neat thing. Thanks, Gary. So, and here's some more data on the Ebon Triad. All right. So, The Yevon try and conspire with another dangerous cult. Here's your back retcon to trigger a volcanic eruption that nearly consumed the city of Cauldron in the distant southern jungles. So we have this back retcon of Shackled City. The Yevon Triad is already there, right? So that's kind of the connection, which is kind of neat. Doc, I asked, he can't. Watsy, he cannot yet. I made that attempt. I made the attempt for him to, but you will get the ever mysterious Tim instead. That's a fair trade. So that Dale, that's fine. So some information on here, adventure background. So the Nether Tome, the infamous Nether Tome of Trask. The Faceless One came across a name which changed his life forever, Caillou. So that seems to be where we're going in this one. A small cell of Vecna cultists affiliated with the Faceless One unearthed evidence of undead creatures infested with unusual segmented green worms in the hills south of Diamond Lake. Just like in my game, from going all the way back, when the Greyhawk Freesea a box set, Diamond Lake is like the ultimate shithole of the Cairn Hills, isn't it? Everything bad happens there.
Well, every region has to have its outlet where you dump stuff that no one else wants.
Exactly. But it is the original home of the Tickling Feather. So
Okay.
there you go. That's the first place we ever had it. Now it's franchised in the
Oh, so it's a franchise.
It's a
I didn't know
franchise.
that. I thought it was
Absolutely.
only one place, but it's a franchise now. Okay.
No, that's Oars. That's Oars out of Harvey. This is Diamond Lake. But $2 stores. That's funny, Gary. Yeah, it was. He had some really great discussion on this.
Yep.
So the adventure hooks, players can learn about the cult below the Dowerstone mine easily. As we go into this, you have to sneak into the Dowerstone mine, destroy the Ebon Triad cultists, and defeat a newly born creature known as the Ebon Aspect. So Balabar Smake makes another appearance here. Cat neutral, but I think he's got some evil tendencies. He's just such a idiot. I always couldn't stand him. I used him 15-bit bounty on Timney Enchanter, payable upon proof of death online live. Oh my gosh, that's funny there, Troy. You want to go after Tim? Oh, that's not nice. Tim, what did Tim ever do to you? Except be Tim. So Alustan is your ally here. We've used both these in my campaign, but for different reasons. Alustan has his own establishment. It's a really high-end, posh establishment here. So Smank and Venereal, same guy. Yeah, absolutely. So there's Ragnolan Dowerstone. Now, once again, they have some really great artwork in throughout this.
Yeah.
Throughout these. Pick those pockets. Pick them. So, by the way, on giveaway tonight, I got a whole slew as I got a restock in of reprints, right? So we're good. Thanks, and I also got. And I'm not opening it. I opened it, but I'm not touching anything in it till Thursday. I got our goodie parcel from Patrick. So I promise not to touch anything inside. We will wait it out until Thursday's game, so my players can get so I don't take all the ketchup potato chips out. So so Ragnolan with bribes and promises of power, he sinks Balabar as another useful tool. So Ragnolan is your baddie here. And there's always cultists. Cultists, you never run out of cultists in any campaign.
Well, they are a staple of D&D. You need to have cultists. It's and they can be cultists of different things, but you need and sometimes you don't want to complicate it. You want evil dudes that do real evil stuff that you can stop them from doing evil stuff. So that needs to be and good and bad. If you want to run a campaign good against bad, then you end up with either the big classic monsters or you have the conspiracy of a lot of humans or other creatures together, and there you have a cult. So
exactly. So Gary, your question there was, just like Carlos, I'm a Fiend Folio groupie. because there's some really weird stuff in there monster
Mhm.
wise. And the number
Yeah.
one, Sons of Kai is or in the
Yeah,
original
I think
Fiendfolio.
I'm more towards the cultist rather than weird monsters kind of thing.
Mhm.
But I tend to have more cultists and a little bit less weird aberration monsters and stuff. But so yeah.
Yeah, Shift. If your players are more evil than the cultists, you may have a problem running Age of Worms.
Yes. Well, yeah. That's the thing. That then you put the good guys after them. That's the good thing. So yeah.
So
Oh,
Ragnalen's.
that's a good. Also, say Gary. Yeah, that's a good comic relief. Mike Cultist of Thuriston. Yes. But that's another way you can run cultists that go so extreme that they
Cultists get-
become comical and ineffective. And not all cultists are super well organized master villains. Some are just mean or desperate or something too. So yeah.
So Ragnarlin has the foreman under his, and he's only lawful neutral. So one of these bribable dwarves, kind of like Gloretti Buchanan, which is not
Oh.
far, Greyhawk City, the tax collector. You know,
Mhm.
money grubbing dwarves. So.
Yep.
This takes you. I mean, this throws you right into going in here. I mean, there's
Mhm.
a little bit background,
Yep.
but not a lot. So you're going right in. So
The problem is that it's far away in the other end. It's far away from the normal stomping grounds because we're down in the Immediate.
yeah.
Yeah.
But so so you got your second adventure.
Oh, sorry, Age of Worms is not
Yeah.
that far. So
No,
yeah.
no, that was Shackled City.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we were not in
But-
Shackle City.
But this
now,
one,
so-
yeah, the
Yep.
first adventure took place right here, still in Diamond Lake. Now
Yep.
this next one, we'll get to that. So there you go, elevator down into the dark cathedral, and we got tieflings running around here for the Temple of Hextor on guard here.
Uh-oh. Well,
So
it was third edition.
here
They-
we
they
go.
were everywhere. So, yep,
tieflings galore.
Yep.
All right. So I am not, that's not for me. As we also said, Todd Stashwick said he likes his gaming Lord of the Rings kind of base with the player species, races, whatever. But that's okay. If they were Cambians or they were an Allodim and a Cambian, same difference, right?
You can just rename them instead of
Yeah.
calling them tieflings. You call them Cambions in Greyhawk,
Yep.
and you keep the. Mhm.
Some weird creatures. It's a nice take with that touch of UK TSR. And Curtis, in my adventures, always at GaryCon, I'm throwing you up against stuff like that all the time because. In fact, in Horror in the Holes, I put a syphil in there, and half the people are like, "What the hell is this?" With all the insects, right, reforming and all that, because no one knew what it was. I love that stuff. So, yes, my good friend Todd Stashwick said that. By the way, if you didn't see, he did his cheer. I don't want to ruin it for anyone else that watched Picard in episode 7 of 8, but he did his farewell cheer on Twitter and Instagram. A couple days ago. So there you go. You can read between the lines. So you're into the Citadel of Hextor. So you do have outsiders you're fighting here. I know it would have been great, Casey, if he did. I don't know. Maybe they can temporal stasis him or something. Who knows? This is not that difficult though. They got skeletons down here, and your characters are probably second level. Maybe third, but you got a bunch of skeletons. This is your typical underground Citadel of Hextor in Diamond Lake, right? So cult and fanatics, all of them. This is fairly easy, as far as encounter wise. If you have run this, just let me know in chat, and you can always please give me your reference points back to your experience. All right, more tieflings. So we got multiple tieflings. So I love this. They throw a tiefling in here, Chamber of the Beast. Then they throw a 52 hit point dire boar up against you. Now that's nasty.
Mhm.
So, yep, Heronians weren't able to take that out. No, it doesn't appear. See, Heronians are stupid, Gary. They don't. They got this is what they got. Heronians in Greyhawk in this era have blinders, right? They're in the Shield Lands. They can't see Ayus coming, and they can never see anything coming. It appears. So yeah, it's funny. The Heronians tend to be always they get one up. More tieflings. Lawful stupid. That's pretty close. Now we got a multi-class half orc here, cleric fighter of Hextor. So he's a cleric of Hextor. He doesn't have any of the special spells, but he has domains destruction and war. So there you go, and another cleric who's a little higher level into the chapel. So you're going in and you're fighting Hextorians, which is always fun, because these seem to be vile, evil versions of Hextorians, unlike some of mine, which always been until, yeah, Gary, but it's not the axe anymore. It's the sword. Made a sword that, that's right, Anna? Heronius, it's the sword go blind now, not the axe. So
well, they had to change it slowly. I can just imagine that they had some serious discussions on how to do it, if
So
to do it, and how to do it, and yeah.
Yeah. So Feldrick, that's a fifth level. Yeah. So I think he appears in the future. I don't think he's going to get killed here.
Okay.
I think. And then Battle, Temple of Hextor. Here's the temple organization. So Mike's done some good detail work here.
And then maybe
they need a good
case-
guy with a favorite weapon, longsword. There's plenty of other ones.
I think they just wanted a normal kind of knight, a god for the knights in shining armor kind of thing. So yeah.
Yeah, I know, but there's other deities that can do that.
Yeah, they couldn't have invented another deity, but I guess they didn't want to go
Yeah,
that
I
route.
know.
So,
Just
yeah.
still. So you go from
Mayahin would have been perfect for that.
Mayahin would have been perfect. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Because Mayahin uses the bastard sword.
Yeah. So they could have just
Yeah.
they introduced her, so they could have made
Mayahin-
her the god for shining knights.
So
to
Mayahin
speak.
was in second edition, so it's a lost opportunity. All right,
Well,
so
yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
we go from the Hextor Chapel to
Yeah,
Caves of Erythnal. So
Yeah, it's going from pest to cholera here. So
yeah, exactly. So we got some Erythnal. Everyone knows how nutty the Erythnals are. They're just death and destruction. Basically, slaughter is Erythnal's deal. It was because a paladin used longsword and Heronius used the longsword instead of Yeah, I know. I'm still a glory axe guy there, Sam. It's okay.
I'm not so hung up on the weapon itself. It's more the symbology of the sword we are so used to from chivalry and stuff, that the sword has those special civil kind of imperial civilization. Sword is more kind of in history and as a symbol more attached to civilization, and axe more to people that are less civilized, so to speak, and in some sort of folky or kind of stereotypical way of looking at it, so to speak. Just look at the Vikings, were seen as the outsiders, using more axes and stuff, and sword was the weapon of organized civilization.
I beat a dead horse on this.
Yeah, it's just stereotypical rubbish, most of it, but it still has symbolic power, so to speak, which I think is they wanted to cash in on or use.
Hey, Godfather Rafe, good to see you. Swords are more versatile weapons that are harder to make than axes. I got it. But
yes, that's the thing. Yeah, and axes is more a poor person's weapon, so to speak, because a sword takes longer to use.
They're
and stuff,
called
and
glory axes. Got it?
Yep.
I agree. So I beat it to death. I said my piece.
Mhm.
And we'll default to Eric Boyd, because Eric Boyd is playing a priest of Heronius, and I'll get him right on. I'll say, Eric, what do you think about it? And then we'll get the definitive answer from the father of a lot of deities and specialty priests. All right, Grimlocks. Grimlocks are nasty. Grimlocks are blind.
Yeah,
Also,
there's some sort of humanoid that we don't really know what. That is one of these weird humanoids that just appeared, and they're more kind of they're more kind of a mechanical variant of human rather than a thematic.
Right.
Meaning orcs and others have culture and stuff. These are just like needlemans, and there's a whole bunch of these humans with weird stats, so to speak, that we don't know what they come from. They don't seem to have a culture. They don't have a home. They're just stat blocks with cool features in them.
And the Grimlocks are basically from the Time Machine. Right. That's where they're
Kind of,
from.
yeah. Some of them are
Morlocks,
better than others,
Morlock, yeah.
and so, yeah, some
Yeah.
of them are so good that they
Yeah.
probably got a life of their own and a history and stuff. Some of them are just
Yeah.
weird stat blocks.
But I like them because you can't really sneak up on them because they're
No, and
blind to begin
they are
with.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that
Yep.
was the whole purpose of introducing cool mechanics and stuff into
Yep.
the game. And in that sense, I think they really succeeded. And like a lot of Fine Folio monsters are full of these kind of cool mechanical stuff that you add cool twists to the game.
So, were they semi-undead Nork? I didn't know that in White Dwarf. That's cool. I mean, they're plant creatures in Fiend Folio, and I love
Yeah.
Needlemen too. So, Grimlock Kennelmaster, which kind of is like, wow, Grimlocks have dogs and pets, or wow.
But that's kind of
good.
interesting.
Yeah.
As soon as when you make a monster have more features and aspects to it than mere stat block, that's when I get interested.
Now they've given them classes: Grimlock Archers, Grimlock Barbarian.
Yeah, but that's the 3rd edition.
Which is
Monsters
cool.
had
I like
classes.
that.
Yep.
I like that, especially
Yep.
with So James Jacobs did that with the one that was added in the Ghost of Saltmarsh, and it had drowned ones. He gave drowned ones. Now they have it in Greyhawk Adventures. I'm going off on a tangent. Greyhawk Adventures has drowned ones that can have clerical spells. So it was done in here all those years ago, but then he added assassins and a couple others in that one adventure, and I think this is the same direction Mike Merles is taking, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yep. All right. So more. So we got now. You got to go through a bunch of blind Grimlocks, which are kind of nasty because they attack on mass, and thieves be damned. Thieves ain't sneaking up on them because their other sensors are so good. So a neat thing. More caverns, so you're underneath. You're well underneath yet. Monster Manual 2 Grimlocks originally in. I know that. Okay. Drown ones are brutal. Drown ones are one of my favorites. Drown ones and Sword Race from Greyhawk Adventures are two of my favorite Born and Greyhawk monsters of all time. So luckily, they even have the Grimlock Chieftains here. So levels are coming up here. 5 hit die. That's nasty for these level characters. So they have all the Erythnal. These Grimlocks all worshipping Erythnal, which is an interesting thought. So I never put 2 and 2 together here.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
I like that illustration is really cool.
The prophet of Erythnal who led the Grimlocks on our unholy pilgrimage to this place. So now it says,
in a way, I can. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go, Anna, go, please.
I was going to say one thing that a storyline I could really like, or an origin for things like Grimlock. What if they were humans that started worshiping a god that transformed them into becoming these weird creatures, so to speak?
You got to remember. The Time Machine, they are de-evolved humans from 1 million years in the future. So it's kind of the same thing you're thinking of.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, just like I can see that Drow was created by elves that moved underground, started worshiping demon lords or demons like Loth, and then she turned them into Drow. And I can see various other things like Grimlocks and stuff having a similar backstory, which makes them, I think, very plausible and cool.
Definitely. So then, you got to go to the third one, the Labyrinth of Vecna.
Yeah, meaning, come on, he has the trifecta. He has a lot of the big evil ones. So he doesn't. It's not enough with the Hextor Temple. He takes everything except the Thriston Temple, I guess.
Tim, yes, de-evolved. Well, remember, the musical group Devo was short for de-evolution.
Yes, they were very political. So back in the day. So yeah. I don't think that Grimlocks are that much political, but it's kind of interesting. Yeah.
So Gary, these gods would never be an alliance. We need you and Eric Mona to fight this out sometime live. I want to see that in person. Because remember, this is Eric's whole thing, and the number one thing he said last time we was on was, I did not want to use IUs. I wanted to go a different direction and use other gods in this. So maybe he forced them together, and it shouldn't have been. But, yep. So I love this. Fight. fight. We're going to see a Dwight Schrute, Michael Scott fight like they did in the dojo that one episode. That'd be awesome. Just kidding. So we're going into the labyrinth with Vecna.
Yeah.
Note, you're getting your bang for the buck with all these. These are long adventures, so these are gonna be weeks long. So,
Yeah.
are the gods in alliance or just a bunch of insane cultists? No, the theory is that they're trying to create Caius, recreate Caius. That's the whole thing. I can't destroy Ed. It'd be my. I didn't mean destroy him, but come on and debate the rationality of this. It would be a good discussion, a friendly discussion. That's all. And so I may have Eric back when James Jacobs comes on. So if Eric's free, he may do it. And I love this here because Carlos loves these two, and they throw Kenku in here, and they didn't make them just chaotic neutral. They made them evil. These bird people.
I think the Kenku had never got the limelight much before this. This was some of the early ones because they were just one of many monsters in the 40, if I remember correctly, and then they started to appear and became cool. And in Pathfinder, Paizo went with, I think, Kenku or Kenku-like at least. They might be called different.
Yeah. Kenku are a favorite of Carlos, another interesting creature, and they throw them in there because they are like very intelligent, highly intelligent bird people, right? They say humanoid here, but it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that picture, Death Dog. I just used Death Dogs in my campaign.
Yep.
So that looks like a dark elf to me, doesn't it? And look at this weapon, man. She's got a two-handed, either a Great Mace here or a Morning Star, dressed like Captain America. It's a nice picture, though. So let's see what we got here. The weasels, dire weasels. I'm trying to figure out where that encounter is in here.
Yep.
It's the Outer Sanctum of Vecna. So this is a real long dungeon crawl, this one.
Yeah.
Triple aspect powers are a thing. Yep.
And stop on the ad on page 43 when you get
shall.
that. That's the page at the bottom. There's an interesting ad. We can do a little sidetrack for 30 seconds on ghostorbit.com.
Yep. Okay. Go for
it. Tabletop on the web. It's interesting. This is one of the very first, I think, some sort of crossover between campaign management and VTT. Long before the term virtual tabletop was even, because this is in early 2000s and 2005, I think, or something. It's I think there was some early VTTs were probably in development, and these were, they splashed everywhere, and there was some sort of early beta, and I sent my interest and started, and then it just fizzled out, and nothing came out of it.
Really?
So we had
we
had an early beta, and it was launched, and they had ads and stuff, and they were really working hard on it, and then it didn't never come out. But it looked really cool for its time. They were a decade ahead. That was, it looked like a dark skinned Roll20 back over 10 years before, or like 10 years before Roll20 went out. So they were really ahead of their time, and they were looking awesome, and then it fizzled out. So maybe they got better jobs, ran out of money, or I'm not sure what happened, but they disappeared before they got good, so to speak. But what they showed off, and the early embryo was, it was really, really good for its time. They were 10 years ahead of their time.
Josh, I'm putting this in Discord too. So if I get to 128, which you ran during virtual, during the fundraiser, correct? Can you hop on? Because you just ran it. I have not run that one.
More cool illustrations here. The faceless one. Awesome. Yep.
Yeah, that's a neat one. Faceless one. That's a neat. A really neat one. He's 6th level wizard.
Okay.
Look at the languages he speaks.
Yeah.
He speaks Kenku. Well, now we know why there are Kenkus there. He's gonna, more Vecna followers. So it feels a little like Temple of Elemental Evil, all the Elemental Evil factions, but
Well, they needed to
Yeah.
make something that felt traditionally Greyhawk. I think that was probably part of the idea. They wanted to lure in and make sure that us already deep Greyhawk fans that we liked it. So
Let me see
yeah.
if I can. Is that the right shout out? There we go. June 30th, everyone. Sign up and registration for running events begins for Virtual GreyHawk 4. Okay, June 30th. All right, so some handouts for Age of Worms.
Yeah.
Theldric's Journal. And so Ebon Aspect, new monsters, and there we go. And Mike Merles is the dark hope of chaotic evil. Listen to this. Young, handsome, well endowed in abilities and aptitudes, thoroughly wicked, depraved, and capricious. That's so funny.
It's
Oh
tough.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes, Curtis can play more this year. We already checked. Yeah, Larry the Beautiful. Absolutely. That is funny. So, once you escape from the Dark Cathedral, you must cope with the repercussions of their actions. The presence of Ebon Triad in the mines could touch on some important developments in Diamond Lake. The cult obviously had the blessings of Ragnarlin. The elevator didn't build itself. Yeah, okay. Yep, absolutely. So, there you go. Fun times. Awesome. All right. Let's see what else we got in here. In this one. Fire. Pit of the Fire Lord. Wyatt and Collins. Wyatt and Collins. Great. So, and we're in Sharn. Here we go. City of Sharn. So, we got an Eberron here. Looks like, what levels is this for? 6 to 12th. So, have at it, everyone. I'll scroll through this pretty quickly. Yep.
Yeah, but Eberron was cool back then. It was really, I guess it's still cool, but it was fairly new.
Yep.
That's
So,
when Dungeons and Dragons Online started to come
Yep.
of age, and that was Eberron. That's the only thing I played with Eberron.
So, lots of lava, red dragons, and salamanders, and elemental. It's a magma elemental. So there you go. A typical adventure against the powers of fire. So, and it says here. Let me see what this says. So James White works on an Eberron novel for Wizards. When he's not doing that, he spends precious little time with his wife. And when he's not doing that, he's playing entirely too much World of Warcraft. 2005. Yep. I know what he's I know what he's thinking.
Was that your WoW period too?
Yeah, 2004, 2008. Yep.
Yeah, I played Dungeons and Dragons Online, so I can't accuse anyone else of playing too much video games, because I played too.
So, last one in this one, Seekers of the Silver Forge, aquatic and dungeon crawl. Oh, Troy, an aquatic adventure. Lots of Great White. Let's see what this is all about. So it's a Githyanki adventure, but it's aquatic. 15th level characters. And this is in 3rd edition, so woo. It's a sequel to Dungeons 116, The Death of Lashimir. Okay. So we got some, and this is the Lost Coast, which can be sparsely populated coastal region in your campaign. So it is not set. It's set neutrally. It looks like it's set in a neutral site. So you could have added in here and place this in Greyhawk fairly easily if that's the case. So it looks like we got Kamandun as located 50 miles out to sea. All right. Some spells. Area Water is an original 1st edition spell. Transformation to the Deep. I don't know that one. So there's a new spell in here. That's cool. Neat. And it looks like it's an underwater location. It looks like it's sunken in. Nice. Zombie giant squid, Anna. Zombie dire sharks. There's undead zombie plesiosaur. There's undead everywhere in this one. Ugh. Sahagwin. Okay, there's Sahagwin. They're not undead. I'm trying to figure out how the Githyanki come into this, because I've never.
They might be the ones creating them.
It looks like there's an aquatic Githyanki. Isn't that what that looks like? That's what that looks like, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
The aquatic Githyankai refugee. All right, so someone has waterbound the Githyankai here, Troy. That's pretty interesting. Tim Hitchcock, neat. Necrogith and Camper. That sounds like necromongers from Riddick almost. So these are undead seeking Gith. Interesting. Necromantic merchant trap. Yeah. Because the Age of Worms and Suicide or WotC property, are there any plans to return these locations again in the future? That's an unknown question, Doc. My guess is they would. It's not. WotC would never go do a Paizo dungeon crawl. I mean, a Paizo adventure path. I doubt it, but I don't know. Probably not. Probably not.
No, I think they stay away from anything
Yeah.
that
Oh,
Paizo
look.
touched.
You're finishing up with a Githyankai, underwater Githyankai Lich.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Tim, if you're out, man, come on whenever. All right. Buttons to press. What can go wrong? So, all right. So you got you got Sahagwin, obviously allied with Githyankai here, which is double scary, and a 16th level female Sahagwin cleric. So that's an interesting one. I could fit right in Greyhawk pretty easily, I think, somewhere out in the ocean. So, and you can scale it, of course. Let's see what else we got in this one. Iron Heroes. I have these Monty Cook's. These are Monty Cook early books. I have the Iron Heroes series of books. They're pretty good. Lots of characters in them. Yep. They're downstairs. Neat. I got them for like $5 each. Not that long ago. Lots of ads. I think we're done this one. Wow, there's still a whole bunch left though. What's coming up here? Is this all ads? Holy jeez. Well, get your money's worth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. So we have a Monty Cook campaign outline still. So we do have a campaign section. Let's see what he's talking about. He's talking about determining appropriate levels, storylines, progression. A beginning is a delicate thing. It's so true. So he's talking about. He always goes and gives campaign advice. So these are pretty neat. Railroading versus anticipating, tying things together. Next time, kick off your campaign with a handout to end all handouts. I guess we'll see that in the next one coming up. Seneschals and Major Domos. Wesley Schneider, Kyle Hunter. I don't know what this is about. Organizations? Oh. That's interesting. So this, Beaker of endless potions. So more cool. Wow. So you have potions are among the most. So this kind of helps you mix it all up with potions. Taste when they're testing them. Color, neat. That's cool. I always just make that up. And the worm food was the dragon. Yeah. The Overload was a big online. Yep. Yeah, it's a good thing. It's the Overload is awesome. Definitely worthwhile getting it, and now especially if it's a free download to get it still. And wow, there's a lot. All right, a lot of content in this one. So we finish up 125.
Yep.
Let's go to one. Now I don't have the digital download for that one, but I do the web enhancement. But I do for this next one. All right, and I'm going to show some things here. 126, Vampires of Waterdeep. So this is the third adventure in the adventure path, Age of Worms. Yep. Sean Reynolds. We just had one recently.
Byron and Eric L. Boyd.
Yeah, that's it. Yep, it was coming up. So Encounter at Blackwall Keep. I like this one so much, and it fit into what my campaign is doing. That this is adventure. Now we're in 996 now. I just ran this a couple months ago. Adventure 986, Iron Fury and Encounter at Blackwall Keep. So I ran this kind of separately from the others, and that was in January 26th. I started it, so it ended in the beginning of February. All right, so we did run that, and hey, tried my best I tried my best to make Blackwall Keep itself up on the table from this picture, right? So, did my best. There to that. You only can have so much. Wormfruit was a series of articles, yep, to support AP. Some were crunchy and others, but all were reasonably useful. Oh, Dale, you didn't. So you were lurking the whole time I ran this too, I think, if I recall. Yep. Was there 8? Oh my gosh, it's snowing there? Jeez. Okay. So we have stuff by Wolfgang, Eric Boyd, and Matthew Conklin after Encounter Blackwall Keep by Sean. So this one here is really a little more straightforward and a little more hack and slash. So and Encounter Blackwall Keep turned out to be a little bit of a challenge for my guys, but it was fun. And you show up and you're traveling and you're going into the Mist Marsh. So this area, and Anna has Blackwall Keep on her map. Let me throw that up and show you. Yeah, I got that here. Order view.
Good.
To show you exactly where we're talking about off of Diamond Lake. So there's a road from Diamond Lake that runs the length. I should have brought this up earlier. My apologies. Give me 1 second.
No worries. Yep.
I just have to find the most up-to-date one. Here we go. Okay. All right. All right. So you got Diamond Lake here. And you got, now that's the location for me, Silent Cliffs. All right, that's on the other side of the, right, and we got running around and we run down here and there's Blackwall Keep, okay, on the edge of the Mist Marsh. So that's where this adventure takes place. All right, so there you go. I'll keep this in case we need to use this again. All right. So, kind of a cool idea. We're gonna see some tropes that have become that. Particularly, I think there's a Lizard King in this, and there's a lot of really awfully corrupted lizard men. And they are, lizard men tend to be neutral, but you can always get them to do evil things if you just have a strong leader. It appears. And that's what happens here. So when you get here to Blackwall Keep, it's already under attack. So this is kind of a little reverse. So, and it talks about all the, some encounters on the road, just basic things. Alistan is with you, who's been like your ally in the first 2 Age of Worms adventures. Here's Alistan, right? He's coming with you to Blackwall Keep, but you immediately on the outskirts encounter 30 lizard folk besieging them, and they're not just normal lizard folk; they're kind of souped up lizard men, on steroids here. So, 33 hit points, 6 hit die each. That's pretty nasty. So, with some other specialties here, they got a druid and some other things. So, Alistan turns around and he's going to go back because they're a siege and they're getting obliterated. I mean, seriously obliterated. The forces inside. He turns around and goes back, leaves you to handle this, and that's when the fight comes up. And that was a fun fight we did. With it. So here's all the internals of this, trying to get through. And inside a box, inside the keep is a son of Kias, a spawn of Kias, however you pronounce it. It's inside and gets out. So even after you fight your way into the keep and help the forces that are left there, you have to fight a Caius spawn. And there's a picture, which is kind of cool. Like, blah. So you don't want these worms jumping all over the place, if everyone remembers. No, so you're attempting to rescue the keep. The keep is on defense from lizardmen attacking it. Lizardmen basically have set up 4 encampments around it, and with that you have to fight them off. I don't know if I have any pictures that show that. Let me see. This is why I keep everything. Oh yeah, this shows it really well. Okay. Lizardman encampment. Yeah, there you go. Encampment. Now I didn't have a figure, so I moved them around. And there's an encampment behind here. And here's, as you can see, it's being assaulted. And here's the very few defenders left. at the keep, and this is it. I mean, they're down to like 10 to 12 people in the keep, and it started with 50. And a lot of them got captured and drug away. Okay, so hey Baker, so I really like the storyline behind this. So you have to come and you relieve them and rescue them. And actually here, I think this is a stage pick, as you can see. But here comes the adventuring party event. Whoops, I did it again. Darling's going to yell at me. Why are you don't have your things set down? And yeah, here comes the adventuring party up this way to fight some of the lizard men. So there you go. Yep, getting through. So yep, let me go here. So inside is a spawn of Kais. They did. No, yes, this is Adventure 3 in Age of Worms. We're in Dungeon 126 now. We did 125 already. 124 was Eric Mona when he was on last, and now so we're doing it. We're going to try and get through to 128. And I can't guarantee we'll get there. Yeah, they are a bunch of dupes. You're absolutely right in this adventure there, Josh. That's the lizard folk are dupes in this. But once you find that some of the individuals have been drug off, including a wizard, the group is going to pursue them into find the lizard folk lair in the Mist Marsh to try and rescue them. Also wondering, if you've dealt with this, like what's going on here? Why is there a spawn of Cayuse here? And here's the lizard folk lair. This was tough to reproduce. So I reproduced it, and I said, pretend all that's around it, and I did it.
But it's a really cool map, and oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's what I did. So I just I did it in Master Dwarven Forge. Yep. So splats and stuff. Yeah. So we had it done pretty well. I also let's see here we have cage. Yeah. So there, some of the survivors. Yep. Now there is an ally here. This individual. There's all the lizard men are not corrupted. One especially, who's druid, is really pissed off at what the Lizard King has done. So that is old Dwarven Forge. Yep, old Dwarven Forge. That's all I use. So yeah. And so you're going to be fighting a lot of mutated stuff in here. Now, you get to a point in here where you find there is one disgusting Nadiug in here too. I showed you. You saw that in the picture. Bad guy, Kotobus, barbarian. There is. Let me see if I can find the druid, shaman, and prisoners. Marzana. Now it's pretty gross what they did to her. They didn't rip her tongue out, but they broke her jaw so she couldn't cast spells. But she's there. All right. Here is Hiska. Now it says hermaphrodite liverfolk druid. So Hiska is actually can be negotiated with, and they did that. And so they just and here comes your Lizard King. I am the Lizard King. I can do anything. I'm pretending I'm Jim Morrison now. So what the party does is figures out, at my group, figures out that they're one of the eggs in the hatchery. Let's see if I don't know if I show that. All right, I do. I use the spider. So down here, see, and you got some kobold servants. One of the eggs in here in this hatchery has been corrupted, and it's really vile what they do with it. I mean, it's filled with Cayuse worms. It's disgusting. It's really disgusting. And so they take that
thing. Those are cool.
Yeah, yeah. So these are actually, Bill made these up. So these were a long time ago. These were I use these. They're for wrapped up spider, things of spiders.
Oh, but they look.
It was great. Perfect for this. And so here we got the fight going on with the Lizard King, and the group, and then so they got to make it into the hatchery. Okay. And with that, into the hatchery, wrong one. Okay. Shukak is the Lizard King, so you want to take him out. But they want to get in, and they want to get into the egg chamber, and they want to save all the other. Here you go. Blah. It's disgusting, right? So they blast it. So I forget who. Someone did a targeted fire attack on it and blasted the hell out of it without destroying the other eggs. And then all this stuff was all over the place. And if I recall, one of them did something very smart to purify. I don't know if it was a potion of sweet water. It was something like that. They to kill off these, because once they came out, the worms started wanting to go to all the other eggs, right? Because what they're gonna do is they're gonna infest the eggs and corrupt all the next generation of lizard men into these undead lizard things with it, just really disgusting. But they stopped it so that Siska, would have another generation of lizard people coming, and that was the deal. And they did it successfully. So, yep, it was very cool. I liked it. It's Kia's worm paste. So now this is kind of cool. There's these items that you can get. These are two really neat magic items that they have the stuff for this. So let me read these to you. Kia's worm paste, cup-sized container of bad-smelling greenish-brown paste, renders a creature immune to the green worms of a spawn of Kia's. That's pretty amazing. Any worm from a spawn dies instantly if it touches a creature protected by the paste. It lasts an hour once you apply it. Each cup of paste can protect one creature. Neat. Kia's Bane oil. This rank, oily substance gives a weapon the undead Bane property for 1 hour. A spawn of Kayus struck by this takes 1d6 damage in addition to the 2x6 from the Bane property. So it takes plus 3d6 from this oil put on your weapons. So that was kind of cool that there were some positives that came out of this adventure. So, everyone, we do have Classic D&D reprint giveaways tonight. And 4 streams next week, just like this week, coming up. So that was a neat adventure. I really liked it, and it's going to lead into some other things of mine. I kind of did not. Gary, the Gabbin thing doesn't interest me, but I can use other adventures to tie this in, because they find out about the Black Dragon in this adventure too. That's allied with Dragotha, right? They find out that there's been a dragon here that has been sniffing around and allying with the Lizard King, which is cool. Which we'll fight later. PC had a Bane versus human weapon to help kill the Asians. There you go. So Bane was a great 3-point. I don't have a problem with that, Casey. I use some other things in my game, but with the oil, it's not going to be permanent. So there you go. You bring Marzana back to Alistan, you're successful. So there you go. That's adventure 3. And here comes your Caillou spawn lane. Yeah, see how disgusting that is. That's
it's
just
so cool. I think it's cute.
It's cute.
It's
oh my
an
god,
awesome
it's gross.
sketch. Yes.
It is so gross.
That's the idea.
Oh.
It's cute, gross. Yeah. Little
Oh.
postulates, whatever you call it, on
gosh.
the egg, and some worms coming out, and a cute little skeletal dragon coming out. That's awesome.
I love this background on Sean too. It says here, he spends his free time reading, painting miniatures, and writing 2 to 3 sentence biographies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is gross, isn't it? All right. Couple the other adventures in this dungeon. Wolfgang Bauer, the Clockwork Fortress, working for his own company, right? This is well before that. Look at that, Robert.
Yeah, I think it's a few years before.
2005.
Open design was made.
Let's see where this is. D&D. It's Eberron. Another Eberron. So they've gone back to back.
It says any setting, but it's placed primarily in Eberron, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So any questions so far?
Hang on a second. It has a Blackmore map in it. Clockwork Fortress. Yeah. It has any setting.
Oh wait, no. It says this is a sequel to issue Raiders of the Black Ice.
Yeah,
that's Greyhawk.
It's Blackmore. Yeah.
This is Greyhawk, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, it says it right here. I just saw it.
And it comes with a Blackmore map.
There you go.
One of the best ones.
Thank you, Troy. I almost messed up, but So it is a Greyhawk adventure.
Now I need to go on a little tangent here, because when I see this Blackmore map, it's interesting. It has go back. Yeah, it's on the next page here. So continue one more page or one more. Yeah, see if there's something else you want to see. It's a couple of more pages. There we go. Yeah, there's an interesting that looks like a fish hook thing. That channel That's an interesting one because that one
Oh,
I don't
this.
think is, yes, exactly. That feature I don't think is on earlier maps like the Darlene map or anything, because the Darlene map kind of ends just about there. But it's
Wow.
interesting. That is homage to the Arneson's map, where that channel went that way instead, more
Oh,
north to south than
did
east
not
to
know that.
west. But it's an interesting homage that I'm going to introduce, more like Arneson style, but it's basically under the black ice, so it's normally not visible much more than the last bit, so to speak. But it's a channel, so there's like an opening northwest out, so to speak, but it's hidden under the land of black ice. But it's an interesting homage to the Arneson Blackmore geography, which is really, really cool.
Okay.
That is awesome fun. Yep.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I love little tidbits like that.
Very, very cool.
Yep.
Okay. I'm assuming, Troy, you delved into this, but Clockwork Fortress was protect a magical device called the Gear Spring Well. I don't know anything about this adventure, but Raiders of Black Ice I ran way back in the day. That was one of the ones I did. So Nimble Right, Prince Oscari Lodestar, Nimble Right. So a portal to Mechanus. Yeah, is that fishhook channel a natural channel or man-made? That's man-made. That's got to be man-made, right? That's canal.
Yeah, for some reason it keeps looking, that one looked man-made, but the original one on on the Arneson's Blackmore map is more dubious. It's too
Wow.
large to be
Dragons.
man-made even in this day and age, but we'll see. But that definitely looks man-made to
Yeah,
me too.
I think that's
Yeah.
what those dot. I mean, that's canal,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
thing. So, but the original is also straight in some sense. So it looks kind of dubiously man-made, but the scale is kind of wow.
So,
That's some engineering, even in modern day.
Egg of Coot is on here. Clockwork Fortress. A lot of other
Yeah.
locations are on this map too that may not have any bearing. They may have bearing with previous adventures. But look, you have this disease here. It's called gear madness, which is interesting.
Mhm.
It constructs, not living creatures. Well, I guess these
But
constructs
there you
are.
have it.
Yeah.
It might have constructed engineering on a grand scale once you get
Yeah.
it on that
Who
level.
approach within 10
Yeah.
miles of the Clockwork Fortress may become infected with gear madness, a magical affliction caused by the chaos that produces the gear spring well. So it sounds like Wolfgang was doing Greyhawk / Eberron at the same time here and just said, I'm
Yeah,
going to hybridize
kind of in a
this.
way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, so any settlements around it? Yeah, they're on the map, but don't know. Tusking Strand does have a river going through it, somewhat like that map. Yeah, Greyhawk / Planescape. That's a good point there, Sam.
Yeah.
But look, you can see it's got gears on almost on the top. Oh, it does have a river somewhat like that. Well, that's interesting. These are all locations. I don't know how many of these are. This looks like it's not in ruins. Dantriden, right? Am I missing something?
Dantriden was still people living in
All
there,
right,
I think,
yeah.
continuously.
Blackmore is
Yeah.
not. The ruins of Blackmore.
No,
But
Blackmore was ruined. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah.
That might have been simply because they didn't want any direct Arneson things, so they
there's
invented Dantriden instead.
That's a great cross section of this fortress.
Yeah.
Really cool. This map has been modified. Yeah, it's slightly different, right? It's got some added things on it.
Yep.
So, Clockwork Fortress. Wow, it's got gears. Wow, that's pretty neat. So if you like, it almost has got a mecha punk, cyberpunk, feel to this Greyhawk if you're into that, right? But this is Blackmore, so anything crazy can happen up here. The door's a construct. Oh. So you're going up against a lot of constructs. It reminds me of Mike Merle's one that I just gave out to. I think Caesar got it. That I placed in. Durgam's Folly. That's it. See, Durgam's Folly's got a lot of constructs in it. So let me go back. Adventure describes that river as a river of glacial ice melt. Interesting, Ananson. So it's not a canal. Interesting. You could easily incorporate Eberron and Greyhawk with this. Yeah, you could. Absolutely, Troy. So, John at Blue Box is trying to incorporate a little Dark Sun into his Greyhawk upcoming, right in the Sea of Dust. You could do this Eberron into this too. You could really do that with this area of technological advancement with Blackmore. All of it is they're salamanders. All of it looks like the majority of constructs you're dealing with. Gambling salamanders. Brass man. Neat stuff. Is it too out there for certain people in Greyhawk? Maybe.
I have a little bit too much for me,
Yeah.
but it's cool though. But it's not really my kind of
Darrow.
Yeah.
So,
but I must say the illustrations are really top notch.
Absolutely.
I really like this style.
So,
It's realistic, but it's still kind of sketchy and concept sketch style. I really, really like that.
In here, the Chaos of Spring Well is cleansed, not destroyed, rather is shunned in physicality in this very room. Form a tremendously angry green slod. So that's what that is. It's got to be green slod. Nice. Oh, and our favorite, a gear golem. Oh, that's cool. Oh, Solalic Toad Spew, green slod. So, if the players purify the link to the plane of Mechanus, the gear spring well again functions normally, and clockwork creatures can again be created. All right. So there you go. So wow, if you do cleanse it, there'll be a city built around it as the mechanized thing gets done. So interesting. Not a far reach for Greyhawk for those who may stick to it. I'm not saying that, Troy. I'm saying that it's out of my Order of Eula campaign genre thing, right? I did a whole bunch of constructs with Durgam's Folly because I really like that one. But for me, my guys aren't going up, anymore up to this area. But for some people, they may like this kind of, planescape feel to it, and that there's nothing wrong with that. I agree. So, the Clockwork Fortress and the Brass Man's kind of cool. So, neat one. All right, we go up here. Now we go to Eric Boyd.
Yeah.
Our good friend Eric Boyd. It's a minor crazy pick on the top here.
Blood of Malar. Yeah.
Yep. Blood of Malar. So Malar.
Malar, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Malar, the god is a god in Forgotten Realms who has the claws of Malar, and he is the hunter of humans and wants them out of the forest. So I ripped it off. Malar, I merged Malar with the Celtic and deities and demigods Master of the Hunt. Not Cernus himself, but the Master himself. So Malar / the Master of the Hunt is my evil specialty priest, specialty druid in the Vespi Forest. So they're out to cleanse the forest of all those that are not indigenous. No excuses. You're there. You're fair game for them. Kind of like what Malar is in Forgotten Realms. So, yep. So, I don't know what the equivalent besides what I did would be in Greyhawk of this kind of deity. I don't think there is an equivalent. So, not to say that I'm doing the right thing. I'm just saying for me, this is what we did because we got 4. Rolfane Ralathil, Elana. These are all the specialty druids / Avengers. Cernus, and then the Master of the Hunt, which is the evil one. Neutral evil. Cernus is neutral with evil tendencies. Elana is neutral / neutral good. Rolfane tends to be true neutral, but can go either, So, there you go. Ed considered using St. Cuthbert. Ed, well, Ed's going to be on next Sunday night. So, but we're talking Wizards next Sunday night. Am I got the right thing? That's Rob Kuntz. That's Saturday, and then Sunday The Wizards 3 returns. We got a big week coming up. All right, so the Beast Lord's high hunts. Yeah, every hunt, worshippers must celebrate this one high hunt in each of the 4 seasons. Yeah, the high hunt is, I'm assuming it's like the master of the hunt going around and just, they find things, and you're the target. When you become the target, you kill it. One of my favorite stories in Deities and Demigods is that whole Call of the Hunt. It's just an awesome thing. I think that's what a lot of this is based on. So, Bloodroot, let me see here. What level was this for? This is high level. Wow. 13th level adventures. So. Unger, yeah. That's a great foppish picture. New feats, new magic items. So, look, this magic item is actually taken, the Claws of Marlar is taken from the Deities books from 2nd edition that Eric wrote. So there you go. It's right in there, and they've actually put it into 3rd edition now. Those claws. So this is a cool module there, John. Good to see you, man. How are you? How are your games going today? I know you still got one running, which is awesome. Double shot today. So yeah. Next time I have Eric on, if we're on a break during a 2-drink minimum game, we could say, hey, what are your thoughts? I guarantee you he created this deity. We can say to Eric, hey man, tell us a little more about Malar. And hey, I absconded with him. All right, awesome, John. Thanks. So, but it appears that this is in Waterdeep. Okay. The Hunting Hall Cellar. So they're doing the hunt in Waterdeep. That's pretty disturbing. Nasty. Unbelievable. You go, Eric. Drugs in the campaign. Nice. Nothing wrong with a little bit of that, huh? What is the high hunt? So you can ask the questions. So I guess you're attempting to stop it or interfere with the high hunt that they're about to do, which is cool. So they're actually going to go after the Lord Olpar, it appears. Nice. Be sure to check out Dungeon 127 128 for parts 2 and 3 of the Vampires of Waterdeep campaign arc and a continuation of the Vampire Hunt. Oh, so this is multiple adventures. Wow. So this is 126, 127, 128. High hunt. It's off the hunt we go. I hope they do. I hope they have a ton of Vampire Thronimals there, Josh. You're not going to get me to bite on that. Let me burn through this. The Menagerie, Matthew Conklin, my bad. Urban Side Trek. Doesn't say where. Can be placed in almost any town setting.
Yeah. I love these characters are so cool. They're so awesome. They're Rust Monster and there's a bunch of others.
It looks like a cockatrice. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They're fantastic. They're so cool.
Rust Monster.
They have the Rust Monster.
You're right. That's funny.
So cool. Yep. And they
Rabid.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. And here comes Monty Cook, the campaign handout. Let's see what it is.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Let's see what it is.
Oh, that blue troll with the drinking out of the skull. Oh, it's so good. I love this illustrator. He's fantastic.
That's funny. Where is the handout? Interesting things included in a campaign handout. Oh, it's talking about you to do a handout.
Mm-hmm.
Calendar, customs, idioms, relationships. Neat. Specific handouts.
Oh,
I've never done
tag.
one.
Thank you. Yep. Thank you, Dark Elf Twilight. Not a troll, a night hag.
Oh, is that a night hag?
I think the blue. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, good job.
Yep. Thank you. It's a cool. Yep.
All right. So he's asking you how to put together a handout for players, which is a good idea for new ones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would have no problem with that.
An early evening hag. That was so cool.
Merchant Madness. Yes.
I want to see Morning Hag too. Yep.
That's funny. Swamp dangers. What can we
Young
come
Night Hag.
across that's bad in a swamp? No, not that there's already too much. Violet slime, nice.
Yeah.
Scarlet heart mushrooms. Oh my gosh.
Well, I think in a way, I think swamps got a bit of too much of a bad rep when it comes to
That's
if
a
we
Reynolds.
take medieval economy. I mean, there's a lot of yummy stuff to be had in swamps. Hunting is good, fishing is good, and reeds and stuff is good building material and stuff. So I think we need to acknowledge that swamps have more than just evil stuff or nasty stuff. It also had a lot of stuff that people in general, I think, in Greyhawk would appreciate, so to speak.
All right, so here's a good thing. This is a character, an NPC, Girdrez, Savage Duelist.
Yeah.
The artwork is by Wayne Reynolds. But here they have a suggestion here for Greyhawk. Girdreds might reside within the lands of the savage frost barbarians. If Girdred tells from the Forgotten Realms, she can make her home among the Stonelands, Thar, even among the hordes of the Spine of the World. So there you go. So you have a possible location placing forest barbarians for this character with some interesting, cool, unique items, which is neat. So awesome. All right.
Exactly. Wetlands are very productive areas in the world, so I
So
think that goes in Greyhawk too.
There is a supplemental handout on this one that I have, getting
Yep.
all the maps and pictures so you can show them to your and synopsis. This was the digital add-on to it, which is kind of cool. Look, you got some. They take all the artwork and it really
Yep.
makes that high res, that Blackmore pick too,
Yeah.
right?
It's good because you don't get a
yeah.
lot of the text around it and titles and
Right.
stuff. It's
Yeah. So
great.
you got all. It was really a cool idea to throw all the artwork and
Yep.
stuff into one location.
And you got those cool monster sketches
Yeah. You got
at
all
the
these,
end.
you got
They
all
are
these
so
neat,
good.
You got all these neat, crazy.
Especially the silly ones at the
Yep.
end are oh, those are the best.
Yep. So it's a cool thing to have. All right, I'm gonna burn through 127 quick because Josh is gonna come on for 128. Okay, so we're gonna burn through 127 quick. I don't know much about this adventure. This is whole as a harsh reflection. I'm gonna see if Jason Bowman will come on in the near future. We could talk about it. So this is actually in Greyhawk City, if I recall this one.
Okay. Yeah.
A gang of infiltrators and an enigmatic mastermind plot their destruction. Only tracing the rot to the root can stop. An Age of Worms adventure path for 7th. So we're up to 7th level. This is adventure 4. Jason Bowman's. And look, here, Eric Boyd. So the high hunt continues. I'll probably skip all that discussion because we're going to bring Josh on for the next adventure because he just ran it. All right. This is the Hive first, so I'm going to skip through this just to make sure it's not a Greyhawk-based adventure. I don't think so. Wait, Iron Hills. Maybe it is.
Okay.
I don't. It should say at the beginning, but it doesn't. Known as the Thorcari Hills, been a tainted hive as an adventure background. I don't know if it is. Huh. Or if it was just an irony that they used the Iron Hills here. Let me see if there's
It
any
might
maps.
be Iron Hills in other places,
Yeah,
but
well,
any
here.
setting, so it's not.
Yeah.
But
Thorcari
Wolfgang
Hills
Bauer Adventure said any setting too, and that was
Yeah.
clearly set in Greyhawk.
Yeah,
So
but I don't see. I'm
Yeah,
looking
I
through
don't
to see
s-
if I see any connections to Greyhawk
yeah,
at all in
same
this
here.
one.
I don't see
I
anything.
don't see it. There's a man. They were advertising this ghost story
Exactly. They were
multiple times.
going tough then back then. They were
Yeah.
really pushing it. Yep.
Yeah,
And
I
then
think
it
this
turned
is
out to be nothing.
I think this is
afterwards.
generally set, and then you could put it in there, doppelganger.
Yeah.
All right.
Iron Hills is kind of a tempting name, so I
Well,
guess
there's Iron
it's
Hills Iron Hills were in Lord of the Rings too.
yeah, exactly. I think a lot of
Yeah.
settings have Iron
Yeah.
Hills, so it's kind of it's almost an obvious name. So
All right,
yeah,
cool map here, cool picture. Here.
yeah. A lot
The
of
Halls
good
of Harsh
illustrations.
Reflections. So you say this
Yep.
one was a screw job? Well, I did not. I don't know. I haven't delved into this. I haven't had time. I haven't gone this far out. So you journey to the free city of Greyhawk,
And
and
here we go. Yep.
yeah, you're in the free city. I don't know much about this. There's a parade of thieves. I don't even want to know what that is.
And the interesting thing is, this doesn't say Greyhawk either. It doesn't say any setting. It just
says
says
free
Age
city.
of Worms, blah blah. So yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. They say that, but look, they got
Yeah.
the Mishmarsh right here. Campaign C Mishmarsh Accord. So this is the Lizard Folk one from Blackwall Keep. So they have
Yeah.
that here.
Sim Beskerek, yes, doppelganger. It's so cool when you use the A with an umlaut, meaning ganger. That means like doppel that gangs up on things in Swedish. Ganger is someone who it's gang. So yeah, so it's kind of cool to use the umlaut stuff.
Speaking of it, we've seen doppelgangers in the last 2 adventures we've seen. You'll see some more doppelgangers this week coming up too.
Yeah.
Because if you know, the last adventure I ran before this one, there were 2 doppelgangers and then they both fled. So, all right. So there's doppelgangers throughout here, and is this what you mean by it's a screw job? This is all under the city, Warren level. Sleeping quarters, trapped hallway. Like I said, I don't know enough about. There's a Mistress Captain America there too, and in that picture. So they're using the same. It looks like they're using the same adventurers. More doppelgangers everywhere in this thing. Holy jeez.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. Requires good party interaction, Baker. Yeah, like I said, I haven't even read through this one yet. Is it worth running? Zerxog's Lair. This has got to be somewhere under Greyhawk, right? Oh, Mind Flayer Mastermind. Drow Caves, too. Jesus. So now we're going Underdark type. Female Drow Clerk of Loth thrown in here. So now you got Loth involved. You have Vecna, Erythnal, Hextor, and now Loth is involved. It looks like a type 1. Or maybe it's that Advanced Octopin. Look like a type 1 demon. Oh, Mind Flare. All right. Ouija, you say. Mind Flayer Sorcerer. So you're going up against doppelgangers and Mind Flayers. They're more likely dead. A few days. So it looks like you have to. Okay. So, and this will go into the next one. A few days after our PCs defeat Zerzog and have a chance to rest and recuperate before they have a proper chance, they've learned about Rachnian. All right, so, and everyone knows who Rachnian is. He's on the cover of the next dungeon. And he appears all the way through into Expeditions to the Ruins of Greyhawk even. So, a nasty, cool, but a cool character. All right. So this is like a setup. This is like a setup for the next adventure, basically. You've gotten to who's next in your target here, the Octopin. So what is it? It looks like a corrupted. What do you call it? Adiug. It looks like a corrupted Adiug of some sort.
Yeah.
This creature.
I think they've been a more advanced version of the.
Well, it says it's in Monsters of Faerun, so this is actually a published source monster.
Okay. Yeah. With one eye in the middle.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
It looks like a cross between an aboleth and an Autoyog or something.
Yeah. So Jason Bullman left behind a long-term career in architecture, a love of bratwurst, and an unquenchable thirst for beer. There you go. He's survived by his Saturday gaming group and parents. That's funny. So, and then we continue the hunt one here. I'm not going to go through this at this point because of time constraints, and we want to get Josh on for the next one. So we're going to skip through, and we're going to go right to one right now. We're going to go. There is an enhancement on this one. That's a cool pick, though. That one. That picture's neat. If that's part of the adventure, and it is, in the Hall of Harsh Reflections, that's a neat one. And then we got all the individuals here for this one. So here he comes. Yep. All right. Zerzog's Lair.
Check one, check one.
We got you.
Hello.
All right.
We got you. Number 128. Last one we're going to discuss tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
How are you, dude?
I'm good. We already had our first GaryCon meeting. Well, we've had a couple after actions, but
Cool.
talking about dates and stuff. Totally forgot what was told me. Honestly.
It's probably better off.
Yeah, my wife's like, but I wanted to check the calendar. And I'm like, sorry. I got, two neurons to rub together.
Here comes Blue Box. What's
All
up,
right.
everyone? Good to see you all.
Hey.
Hey, we do have a giveaway
Yep,
tonight.
welcome.
Good to see you all.
Hey, Matt.
I threw Josh
Hey,
on here
John.
because Josh just
Yep.
ran this. So, thank you for the follow. Thank you. As we got to reset back to 10,000 again. Unbelievable.
Oh, yep.
Unbelievable.
Nice.
All right.
Fixed.
Yes. Good to see you all. Hang out for a bit. We're only going for another half hour, so the drawing's not that long away. We're now in Dungeon 128. We're in the fifth adventure of Age of Worms now at this point, which is Greyhawk based. And there's Rachnian right on the cover.
Loris Rachnian, that
Yes.
troublemaker.
Do you have him involved in the adventure you ran?
Yeah, he swans into the Kenobi or Kanubi. How do you
Okay.
pronounce that? I don't know. Where all the gladiators hang before they go gladiate.
I don't know how to pronounce that.
This was by
Konobi?
yeah,
That place.
this is by
He
Tito.
swans in,
Yeah.
kind of posts the matchups, because the adventure itself has got all these teams, right?
Yeah, we're gonna get to it as soon as I find it here.
And there's actually some lore around the teams too that are pretty cool. It's pretty cool stuff. I really enjoyed it. And when I got asked to play in a game for the charity stream, and then you got me into the chat with DC, and Darling is like, "Oh, you're gonna run the game," and I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Yep.
I just told 3 other groups I got to stop playing, like Matt there with his Goodman Games show that he's running. That I'm like, I gotta step back until GaryCon's over. And then you bamboozled me into
Who
Darling.
did? I didn't.
You guys
What did I do?
tribed. So
I know. No. Don't throw that on me. No.
So from my previous trying to convert a non-5e adventure to a quickie 5e adventure and shoot from the hip,
Mhm.
I did Len's Lighthouse, right?
Mhm.
And when we did it streamed, they were so much fun, the group, but it would be sometimes 5 minutes a turn with streaming, right? Because they're all just having a great time, being funny. So with this one, I intentionally was not. When you can't even look at the cover of that adventure without knowing what's gonna. The thing that's a huge spoiler. Not the
picture of
magazine,
the
but
monster.
yeah, you're like, okay, so I'm gonna be fighting a giant ass monster, and it's
Mhm.
potent, and I'm like, dude, we're never even gonna get to that.
Right.
So what can I actually funny, like a clown there, Chad. Yeah. It's on Darling's Twitch channel. You can watch this if you want. I think you have to be a subscriber, that is, not something else. Yeah. And basically, haven't gotten to play and watch your games a lot, I kind of get, a better idea about pacing for streaming, right? Because it's different.
Oh,
It's different.
definitely. Now,
Yeah.
I ran an ode to this where I took the monsters that appeared and they were a trap in the Free City Greyhawk. All right, I did that. Yeah, and I ran that. It's got to be six months ago. I ran that one.
What's funny is that in the D&D movie, it's kind of what the results are.
Hey, Will,
Here,
thank you.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Will.
And Will was on last week. If you didn't see, Will was on with us
Yeah.
last week during.
Yeah.
So Loris
So it was a good
Racknian.
show.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks, for those tuning in this week. It's me and not Will. I apologize.
Loris Racknian's a big baddie in here. He's got all these
They did kill him.
machinations.
They killed him.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding. You can't
Yeah,
kill him. He comes back in like Expedition to Greyhawk.
Yes, he
all kinds of
does. Well,
stuff.
he's down in the ruins. He's hiding down there.
Yeah, whatever, Will.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, because he's
What's good though
yeah.
here, you got a little bit of a blow up of the Free City of Arena area. Racknian's got his own palace here, so you see some of these spots that are actually new. So you can actually take this and add this into your Greyhawk area, because
there's lots of good lore. Because there's also, isn't there another article in this dungeon just about like Free City stuff?
Let's take a look. So
I think that there is.
Give us a synopsis of what happened on yours.
No, in ours it was the first matchup, and basically I followed the adventure itself because I love this. I love these
competition
APs.
Yeah.
They're so good. Even if I'm just reading them for fun, they're very evocative.
Look at the names of all these groups. The Iron Hill Monkeys.
Yeah, exactly. Wait. Look at the one at the bottom. Wait, no, that's
Varmint Patrol.
Varmint Patrol. So I had that be a bunch of werebeavers.
Oh my gosh!
And like a dire druid thing, dark druid, led by a dark druid who told a different story from what Carl tells about his backstory. So, but yeah, there's some really fun stuff. I loved Aura, the Arcane Auriga. That's a bunch of Selene exiles.
Right.
That are archer types.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. I can't remember. So the deal was in the game is that you're supposed to maybe try and either partner up with some of the other one of the other groups because and it was kind of awful to have to run because I'm running like 3 other groups against the player characters. So to do it again, I would just probably pare it down to 2 and bolt one up. Or whatever, buff one up because
you know how hard it is to run this stuff in 4-hour windows, right? For clients. So, especially
and I'm sitting there, I'm banging out the rolls fast because I'm using digital tools because it's 5e. So, and it still felt a little slow to me. They all thought the pacing was better.
I'm assuming that's an Arcane Auriga person right there.
That's Arcane Auriga. That guy standing with the arrows is probably the Sapphire Squad leader, who is he's not a Dow. I'm blanking right now. What is he?
Oh, this guy right here?
No.
Oh, the guy with the arrow. He looks this guy looks like a Tusmit person. Let me see.
No, it's probably
Final Phoenix.
No, it's
Chuko's Ravens. What a name.
No, it's the Azure whatever.
Okay.
It's basically 2 mercs and a genie. So he's the genie. Yeah, that's it. He's a genie.
A Jin.
That's right.
Jin. Yeah. Very cool. So here you go. Here's your first battle. So So how many series of battles are there to win this whole thing? Like 4 or 5?
If you're running this proper, you go through that first one. Then you go through fight against the beast, I think.
Arcane Auriga, Badlands Revenge.
Yeah, the first one is Arcane Auriga, the genie, and Badlands Revenge, which is basically like this mega powerful tree hugger,
right?
Who wants to basically embarrass Loris,
okay?
Right, because Loris basically is always paying mercs and whatever to bring animals in from the sus or wherever it is that he's pulling animals from, and he's pissed and he wants to embarrass him by blowing out Loris's team, which is the team that Loris trained. Who was that?
So the Slav squatters that you had here, plus Rob. Who did they ally with?
They, I think, paired up with not Arcane Auriga.
Really?
No, not Arcane Auriga. They got into a fight practically with them. The tree hugging dude. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They totally, and him and his
the Badlands Revenge.
him and his Knowles, I think.
Yeah, Joran leads 3 Knoll fighters he hired specifically
Joran.
for his skill of halberds.
Yeah.
All right, Barbarian Druid. What a mix, 3rd edition wise. So you
And
converted
he
it to
and he I
5th.
think he dropped. Oh yeah, he was pretty
No
tough because
problem, Will.
he wild shaped into a giant gorilla or something like that. And was just pounding the living crap out of
That's
things.
awesome.
Oh yeah, he was. But I think he went down, and I think like his like dying wish was just make sure you take out that other team because he just wants to save the animals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. And they got brought in initially, like you've got this woman Celeste, who I think is a thread in the AP, right?
Mhm.
And Celeste is an Eladrin. Yeah, she's an Eladrin,
Okay.
and she works for the Big M. I'm talking about
No.
Mordenkainen, right?
Oh, Mordenkainen, yeah.
Yeah. She's one of his agents, and
Big
she's
M,
basically trying to connect you with a guy who's looking for his family named Aachim, and he's a bard, and basically becomes the manager of the team. DC's character wound up kind of getting canoodly with him. He was kind of the shy, bashful type. Celeste,
her
I basically
halfling. Yeah.
what's
Her
that?
halfling, Rosie.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
he's a halfling too.
Okay.
So.
Oh, that's the new boy. Oh, I got it now. I got it. I heard about that. Yeah.
Like you've ever seen the movie Something Wild with Jeff? What's his name?
Goldblum.
No, where it's like with the redheaded girl, Megan. I don't know. You never seen Something Wild? She's got a black bob on and a black bob and like sunglasses. Jeff Daniels, thanks, Curtis.
Oh, Jeff Daniels.
Yeah, it was
Melanie
basically like
Griffith. Okay.
it was basically like that. This guy didn't know what hit him. He was a formidable fighter as well as a bard, and but yeah, he didn't know what hit him with her. Mandy almost picks a fight with like everybody, but then she's like, okay, maybe not.
So even have
there's
all right. Even have Kellic in here in future rounds, so he's nasty. He's a seeker.
Yeah.
Very cool.
There's like 3 fights that you have to get through, and then what happens is the eruption of that mega awful creature that winds up spawning all the undead, but from everything that it eats turns into zaps gas and whatever.
The hidden shrine of Caius is here, right? The Arachnian is placed here.
Yeah, and that's what you're supposed to be doing, is really finding that.
Right.
I mean, I have no idea how many hours. I mean, it would take you seriously 4 like 6-hour sessions to get through this.
Well, yeah, I mean, because each fight is going to be its own week, especially if you're streaming it. You're going to have one session, and each one's going to be a fight. But look at all this stuff underneath. This is cool because now you can put this all underneath the Greyhawk. It's more Warrens.
There's a lot of lore in there, man.
Yeah, underneath.
Did you find that other thing in there, or was I making that up? The other section of and there's like another story.
I haven't even done that yet. Hold on.
Chapter in the magazine that's like.
Let me go through.
Not to mention what like Sam was bringing up earlier, like all these started doing these. That's it.
Richard Pett, Free City.
Yeah, wrote an article. So Dragon Magazine paired offerings were pretty cool too. I like that one from where you get to turn your mining shack into basically your secret secret lair.
Okay. Oh, look at this. So this is an area. Midnight Muddle is the area. Look at all these buildings that are all numbered here.
Yep.
So this is new to me. I never even looked at this.
Full of lore, should you choose to use it in your campaign.
Streets of Midnight Muddle are often narrow and lit, but what section is this in Greyhawk? Southeastern face of Midnight faces the Free City's low market. Okay, I know where it is. A large scale square that hosts crowded daily markets that draw customers. All right, so Jay's got to be anal about this because this kind of stuff drives me. Let me see if I can find this Greyhawks. I'd have to find the map. I have to find the map on here. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that this quickly. So, sorry about that, everyone.
No te preocupes.
Oh, I know. It's just
don't you worry about that.
Well, I do, because this is new content, right? It's new fun content here for here it is.
New to you. Maybe new to some of the viewers.
So low market's here. It looks like here. Is that it? That's got to be it. That looks like the same shape of it, right there. Let me take a look.
Let's go back to the cam.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the video.
Yeah,
Back.
that maybe.
What area?
Maybe. So this
Got a map there, Anna.
muddle.
Get to it.
Yeah,
And yeah, and this.
the same as
Trying to figure out where it is. And the Malden map here. Here.
that area.
Because this is
Okay.
the low market here. So
Uh-huh.
it's southeast corner of the low market. So it's either here, or here, right? So
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
that's pretty
I know,
cool.
but the stream's over on the left.
Yeah, but it doesn't say in there it faces the left corner. All right, it's immaterial. I just you know me.
I love our hot mess that is our Greyhawk.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
These streets are traveled by
With bad maps
the
included.
southeastern face of Midnight's Muddle faces the city's low quarter market, a large square that hosts crowded daily market. So yeah, the southeastern face of it, it's got to be there. That's it. It's got to
Maybe
be.
one does. They don't even look at the existing Greyhawk map. When
No, they just
do
throw
it.
this in here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah,
bad research.
Yes. See,
Terrible.
there you go, Anna.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. But you can add that in. So
I'll when I get to Greyhawk sometime
Yeah,
in the future, I'll try and
well,
merge them together.
why don't we
somehow.
get with Malden and see where he puts it? Read the left side column. Am I doing something wrong, Jeff? I know. I'm really delving deep here. Left side column. Right here? World of Greyhawk. Yeah, I don't see what you're talking about, Jeff. Okay. Well, just note it's a whole bunch of new
Put it in
locations.
H.
Whole bunch of new locations. That's awesome.
So,
Right.
speaking
If
of
the
other
southeastern part of the
locations
model
and stuff,
faces the low market, then the model is left. Oh,
Mhm.
so okay. So I'm wrong. Right, that's the north. You're right. That's the northwestern face. Duh. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not
So
an animal.
look at the.
I'm not an animal.
Can you bring it up again? Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, but
And
where
the
is it?
northwestern part.
So is it here?
that would maybe I'd flip it
Northwestern
over.
part.
Maybe
Northwestern
the
part.
compass rose north is pointing
South-
down.
Oh, here. There. It's this.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
that. Yep. That's it.
Where the
Must
river
be
is
that one.
running.
That's it.
Yep.
It's this.
Let's
Yep.
not look back at the image
Yeah, it's
though to
this.
confirm.
No, it's this.
Yep.
It's this right here.
Mhm.
It's that right there. Thank you. Thank you all for straightening my ass out.
Mm-hmm.
You are
Well,
absolutely
now that
correct.
we're through that, I
No,
want to
that's
point
it.
out
That's
something,
it. No,
Jay.
that's it. That's it. Because there's that road. That's it. Thank you very much. Because now we know where to add it. So they did go on the Malden map. It's right here. It's
Oh,
this
yeah,
area.
yeah, that does match up pretty
Yeah, it
good.
matches up. That's it. All right. Good. Thank you. Awesome.
I do want to point something out. The that wild hunt stuff that you're talking about,
Yes,
Master
sir.
the Hunt.
Yep.
Kingmaker makes a good use of that as well.
Oh, really?
Didn't you play Kingmaker with your kid or something?
Yeah, I
like
did play
that?
Kingmaker. But I don't remember.
There wasn't anything about the wild hunt in the video game, just in the AP.
I didn't play the video game of Kingmaker. I played the board. I had the old board game, the old box set board game of Kingmaker.
There's a board game.
Yeah, that's right. It's based on a board game.
Well, the adventure itself, you have to deal with the wild hunt.
Oh, very cool.
My Saturday night GM, who's also named Jay, and there's another player in there
Stolak.
named Jay. Yeah, it's really.
So- They commissioned Malden to do this map, everyone. Just note, it's actually in the Living Greyhawk Journal Gazette, and it took me years to get it, the actual map. So yes, hey Vancouver. So the answer to that is that map is the official map as of this era, was the Malden map. All right, I'm gonna switch back. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you there.
No, it's fine. He placed it in the Bandit Kingdoms, which is a perfect fit, right? For Kingmaker, because it's a land kind of falling apart
Yeah.
next to a kind of a orderly land. So it was like a Bandit Kingdoms pre pre-wars type. It's a Band of Kingdoms pre-wars Shield lands, or maybe it's a post-war Shield lands where the Shield lands are finally retaken and recovered by the forces of her, ladyship or whatever her title is.
Are we talking Pathfinder Kingmaker, the game that just came out a couple years ago? Are we
Yeah.
talking? Oh, I
They
thought you were
did-
talking
they
about the
did-
Kingmaker box set, and they did make a computer version of that in like the 90s.
Well, it came out the first path adventure path.
Okay,
path
my
came
bad.
out. What was it? 2008, 9, something like that. 10.
I
maybe?
didn't get to that part. Get to the Wild Hunt in
Yep.
Pathfinder Kingmaker.
Exactly. It has no relation
get to that.
to Kingmaker, the board game. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
There
the adventure path came out 2010, 11-ish,
Okay.
12, maybe something like that.
Thanks, Anna.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glad someone here knows something.
Yeah, I played it
My
back when
brain
we
is-
played
my brain's fried,
Pathfinder
Josh.
back
Come
in
on.
the
You're throwing too
days.
You're throwing too much up against me here.
I don't believe that any one of us can know all the things. I'm just giving you a hard
No,
time,
we have
buddy.
to.
Yeah, but the
we have
board
to-
game
know I love
was
you.
the computer version game of it back in the MS-DOS early Windows era. They brought
yeah.
Kingmaker
Then they
out.
complicated because now there is
Yeah.
also a Pathfinder-based Kingmaker game,
Yeah.
video game that came out a few years ago.
Yep.
As
Orc
well,
Trails
so
and the
it's
board
yeah.
game.
mhm.
All right, so as we continue on with this, it appears that in this whole rigmarole, eventually there's a Shrine of Chaos under the Free City Arena and all sorts of stuff that you got to go to.
Oh yeah, there's
with
you
monsters.
get into
It
a
goes-
fight in under there. I don't even think you could do this in a month. You
these-
got to have a really dedicated group to be hitting these one every month.
Yeah, and this is by Tito Liede, everyone. Our
Has anyone
Draco.
ever tried to talk to Tito Liede?
Yeah,
Where is that guy?
Casey knows him.
Casey,
He's
happened, man?
he's
come on, you're
he's
magic.
got a competitive thing going on, so I don't think he'd come on. So he has it with Sean Merwin. So I thought you knew him. Casey? No? Tito Liede. I thought he was a friend of yours. Isn't he Alpha Stream on Twitch? No,
He's like, "Oop."
I thought he was Alpha Stream on Twitch. Or am I getting him confused with someone else?
Tito
Oh, that's
Fuente?
Teos Abida. That's Teos Abida. I'm sorry, that's different. That's Alpha Stream. So maybe Tito's a possibility. My bad. That's Teos. Thank you. If you don't take a shot, you
he's really cool too. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bal, I take shots at everyone,
Teos
man.
Abadi,
You know that. Yeah. Teos is a good dude.
Definitely. He's
okay.
awesome. Yeah.
Alright. So, that's
Yeah, that's the
disgusting.
thing you got to find underneath there, and that thing's gross.
Apocalyptic scrolls. This goes
Apostolic.
on and on. Yeah,
Yeah, you still have to wind up fighting the big monster.
oh,
at the end.
Frogomyth. No big deal.
Well, that's so what happens is you got these proctors kind of hanging around the Kenobi, right? And they're and two of them drop the hints for the party that like something about cold and whatever. I can't remember what it was, but like they are intentionally by Loris's direction or Loris's second's direction trying to get you to prep wrong for the beast fight. So and it turns out it's a Frogomyth. But what they try and get you to think is that it's like something else that isn't. So you're going to prep spells that aren't going to be all that effective against the Frogomyth.
Right, because Frogomyth's like immune to most fire and everything else.
So it would totally be up your alley because you'd be doing like a screw job on the.
It's
playing with
always
their
me
minds.
screwing people. Yes.
Yeah, playing with their minds, mind games.
Yes.
Yes.
So Tito Liede did the Demon's Cry Legacy part of Shackled City, which we went over, and some other adventures here in Dungeon Magazine. So, yeah, right, Dirty. It came out back then. That's what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking that they would put it in Pathfinder Kingmaker, the hunt, but that's awesome. So
yeah, the Wild Hunt.
love the
it's
Wild
the
Hunt.
big one of the big bads
Love
you
it.
got to fight is the master there.
love the Wild Hunt. One of my favorite stories of all time.
Yeah, well, I mean it's
Yeah, and
in
that's
the Deities and Demigods. It's
Yeah.
like the dude with the antlers and the dogs going, coming out of this page at you. Scary.
yes, messing with players like that Juggernaut, Curtis. But that Juggernaut dealt with the Priest of Hextor there. So, all right. Well, Josh, that's cool. Are you going to continue that? It's a future adventure type time, or you're going to it's enough?
You know, what was the theme? Did we have a theme?
We don't have theme for the fundraiser. Well, this year's fundraiser's theme was legends, right? Legendary stuff. So yeah,
Well,
not for
what?
virtual
Nothing's more
GrowCon.
legendary than the Free City Arena.
Yeah, virtual GrowCon we
So,
don't have a theme,
okay.
right? Virtual GrowCon there's no theme because we have all sorts of stuff. I know we've had we've already had a ton of people already reach out to me on it, which is great. So it's going to be exciting this year. So I'm really excited.
Yep. Hopefully
Yes.
lots of good games.
Yeah.
Lots of good streams. Lots of good stuff.
So we went over
coming together.
4 Age of Worms adventures and one that was with the that was a Planescape / Eberron / Greyhawk adventure that Wolfgang did. So you got 5.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Here's your Warforged, everybody.
Yeah.
Yep. In Greyhawk.
In Greyhawk,
Yep.
absolutely. So and we're getting close on time here. We'll do.
I
The
don't think
giveaway
that's the
shortly.
only appearance of Nimblewright though. In they call them Nimblewrights. I don't think that's the only appearance in Nimblewrights in Greyhawk though.
Okay.
I can't be sure.
Yeah.
But I mean that's not uncharacteristic for up there, City of the Gods stuff. And,
Right.
yeah.
Exactly.
what's
a
that one
far
thing
off-
with the ogre magi wolf spider things and whatever in that unfrozen area with the floating platforms and whatever in the land of the black ice?
See, that was a prelude to it. That was a
Oh, was it?
predecessor to that adventure.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
sequel.
Is
Yeah, it says it right in the adventure. Both by Wolfgang.
There you go then.
There you go, man.
There you go.
Has the number 8 as the final boss. There you go, as Troy says, because he's very up on that. So, what is going on with everyone? Anna, what's up with you?
I ran a game earlier today, and since
Ooh.
it's a sandbox game, that meant that the players didn't go where I assumed they would. They didn't take the bait this time, so we cut the session short because they just like, oh, we're not going to stay here and screw around. We're going to move on. So that they so that but that happens when you run sandboxy games. You just have to go with it. So they Oh, thank you, Dirty Dwarf. Yeah, it was a short game, but it was kind of interesting. It was deep on lore, no combat at all this session, and now they're on their way to crit wall. So for Needfest and stuff. So that is the
What
next
year?
up there. 598. It's going to be 599. Yep.
Oh, so like crit wall is like safe, and then 20 miles
It's
past that is
Mhm.
Helltown.
Yep.
And is that your campaign then? Like
Yep.
nothing but
Mhm.
opportunity?
Yep.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I don't keep bayous far away. So yep. keep him close. Yep.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
You know,
And-
some people get upset about the whole torpedoing of the Flenies from wars, but
I kind of
that's-
liked it. Yeah.
some parts, well, like the Lendor Isle isolation thing, that's right out. I don't even do that.
Yeah, the moon,
but
bow.
but I also am running a shield wall or shield lands. It's Game of Thrones. Shield lands adventure with the kids.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But they're on admin for it after the
They're
after
on
the
island.
retaking.
They're on the
Yep.
island.
They're part of the cleanup crew.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So that is coming, and then I will be doing heavy into GIS this week, and so there will be a first blog post about GIS and stuff that will sum up and go deeper into what I talked about at GaryCon when it comes to the GIS parts. So that is coming, and hopefully I can see if I can get some heraldry done too, some
nice.
new heraldry as well. So see if I can squeeze that in this week too. But those are the main part coming up in the upcoming week, so to speak. And we'll try and see if we maybe can do 2 map live streams. That will be at least on Friday. Linda and me will do some more mapping live stream on Friday night. So that is about it, I think, when it comes to stuff right now. Yep.
Very, very cool. I appreciate that, Anna. Fun
Thank you.
discussion tonight.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, what do you got?
Well, with the Lakofka archive group, we banged out those two adventures. What Anna? Did you want to say
Anything
something?
else?
Yeah, I want to say something. That it's Troy. It's not me. It's Troy has done something, and as a guide of Gaillard is coming, the Gulf
Oh.
of Gaillard, a huge PDF with awesome stuff in it. That's not me. I've contributed a little bit of inspiration to some of the maps. That's it. The rest is Troy and a bunch of other people that done awesome stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, so we just have to find a way of putting it up on some website. We'll see. We'll host it on my website. If nothing else, I will make sure it gets out there so people can see it and stuff. I got a copy of it. I think it was yesterday. And it's awesome. It's like almost 100 pages, and it's like a living Greyhawk gazetteer, but for
Wow.
the Baclouni Gaillard area up there. It's awesome. It's full of fancy artwork. Layout is fabulous. It's like a published product for Greyhawk. It's fantastic. You will, yeah, everybody will love it when they see it. It's fantastic.
Exciting.
Troy has really overdone himself with mapping and stuff in it, and a bunch of other people have. It's that long distinguished list of contributors on this one. So yeah, thank you, Troy. That was one of the things I'm going to dig in, because I need to redo some other parts of my website, but that's technologically boring, so I'm not going to sit here and talk about that part. Yeah.
That's okay.
And Anna's also hosting, I believe, the some of the Lakofka archive output now.
Yes,
as well.
Yeah. We'll see what that is. At least for now, we will see what happens to it in the future, if we find a better home or if I'm going to keep it. So yeah.
Yeah, we're just going with what Leonard said he wanted right now,
Yep.
which is that
Yep.
he's like, man, maybe you can find a place to host it
Yeah.
then on your website. And
Yep.
those were his words.
Yeah.
But
So we're
know what he
going with
meant.
it for now. So we'll see what we do with the But it's coming, and I bet you guys will love it. And so yeah. Thank you. Sorry, Troy,
awesome.
that Yep.
So and when I bring up the Lakofka archive, we think about Troy because he's say the driving force behind getting some of the things done.
Yep.
A lot of us have a lot of irons in the fire, and he helps keep us focused and just gets out there and does it. God bless him. And then so that's that, and then I don't know, it's April. What does that mean now? I feel like I'm like coming out the other end of something.
We got 2 months before Greyhawk Con stuff, so it even starts.
Okay,
That's
so
until June 30th.
I just probably running some games. That's probably all I got to do, right? We're gonna probably have something new from the Lakofka archive at that point. And if not, Troy knows where I live, and he's gonna come get me. And we'll run it. And it'll probably need more running, even before that. And there's probably, if you go to Anna's website and you download those new Lakofka adventures, new hubs, one of them he ran in '83 at Gen Con, so it's not that new, but it hasn't probably seen the light of much day.
Wait, you're talking about the 2 that are printed?
Yeah, you got them there.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you find anything wrong with them or anything like that, go ahead and pop us a message and let us know. Because remember, these are like living documents, and we can keep upgrading them and fixing them and tweaking them. Because that's what Leonard wanted. He didn't want, raw stuff pumped out there. He wanted to put some polish on this stuff before he shared it out. There's 4 billion emails that Jay, Anna, and I have, along with a few other folks, for years, where it's just like, here's the rough draft, Josh, go over it, Anna, do the map right, or tell me what about this map thing, and Josh, don't talk about the map thing, you don't know what you're talking about. So those were the kind of conversations that we were always having.
There's one thing wrong with the map in one of them that I did, because we don't have the lens spelling. He changed the spelling. He went with his spelling, so I think we should correct them and go with his spelling. So that's one.
I wholesheartedly agree. Ouija, for instance, not a map thing, but Ouija.
Yeah, it is Pelgrim Tarma, Laurel Tarma, or one word, I think, or something like that.
Yeah,
I need to double check it. So I'm going to change that on my map. It's on my to-do list for my maps. Yep.
So what else we got, Josh?
Yeah,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Bao. I caught that. So I got a full throttle man cold. My son picked up from school. And on Monday I was just dead. I was out. And I was also on call for work, and I'm not a doctor. I just work in IT.
I
So
know
it
I
doesn't.
felt in Gary Con.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how I felt. But I didn't go to the meeting. So sorry about that, folks. But I will be there this Monday at the Lakofka Archive meeting over on Cannon Fire. If you're interested in tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central, that's the time zone of, D&D.
Yep.
Come on by if
By
you
the way,
want to help.
Greyhawk Con is on Eastern Time this year. Because I'm
Last year he did it wrong and he put it
I
on
couldn't redo it. I
Central.
was like, shit, Central. It's on Eastern
It's like
Time.
you cannot change
Yes.
the time zone of a
Yes.
convention in
I
tabletop
already
events.
preset it up so that it is set properly this year, and there it is. If you want to go take a look at it on tabletop events, you can't do anything to it yet, but it's there. So very cool. All right, what's going on this week? How's that sound? Big week. I tried to get Casey to respond here. Living Greyhawk High Folk. We start with Wednesday. All right, get the triads from High Folk in. It's going to be fun. Talk about that. I don't think we've ever really gone in depth into the high folk, so that'll be a good discussion. Yes, Casey, who we got? Who we got so far for that?
Biting Bow.
Who do we have coming on there? Thursday night. We continue with and that dates. I didn't update this one. It's on the 20th, but we'll continue. Last stop on the road. Normal Headhunters. It'll be an Infinite Dimensions Games sponsored giveaway on the 20th. That'll finish up hopefully by then. Adventure 996. Oh, and hopefully Tony. Well, you want me to? I didn't even message Tony. I mean, is Greg contacting her? I'll message her tonight when I get off here too. I'll say you better be on. You owe me for not going to GaryCon. So then Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Everyone. Rob Kuntz comes back. He's back on. He's back on 10 a.m. this Saturday. We're going to talk about Sir Robillard and his adventures and all the things and thoughts on what directions Gary was going. As Rob will probably go off on some tangents, and that's perfectly fine. Also, something he's promoting. And I don't know if I gave that to you. I have to give it to you. I'll do that in. I'll give it in. He gave me something to get. I have it.
Okay.
I'll put it. I'll put it in Discord when we're done here too.
Perfect.
Two things I got to do.
Who's going to give it to him?
He said, "Give it to Anna only, so you don't get shit." Right now for Rob Kuntz. Okay.
I get something special.
It's something that he hasn't released yet. He's working on.
Oh, it's something.
So I have to. It's just for promotional purposes. It's not finished yet. He's working on it. He will have it done by Saturday. So I can't give it to anyone.
Is it Robillard or Robillard?
Don't care.
I do.
We can hear when he says it. We know how it will be said.
Sorry, Lee, but that's the only time we can do it with Rob. Rob lives in Corsica, so the only time we can do it is in the morning. It's the only time it works, for this. So but I have something really good next Sunday night too.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, my gosh, we got Jim Ward, Ed Greenwood, and Jeff Grubb all coming back. A Return of the Wizards 3 discussion on Sunday. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome. Sorry, Lee. Cannot wait. So, within 48 hours, we got Kuntz, Greenwood, Ward, and Grubb on the channel. All right.
That looks good.
Thanks. And then, coming up, Saturday, June 3rd, 9 a.m. till we finish, all day, just like the old days when we were in high school and college, the 1000th adventure celebration. And I'm just going to DM an old school adventure, already pre-picked. I'll tell you one shortly, but and that'll be number 1000.
Finishing up some of these Leonard adventures, man.
This is a wall of dude. If I switch now, Bill would kill me after all the stuff.
Oh, I'm not saying you should do that for the thousands, but I'm just saying work some of these Leonard adventures in.
I may. I'm working in a lot of stuff right now. I'm feeling very nostalgic. And the adventure I ran a couple of weeks ago, right?
You know when you should run it is on the anniversary of his birth or passing.
Yes, because that'll perfectly work with all my old school guys who have all their lives, and the odds of me getting all them are about 10,000 to 1 on the same day, right?
No, well, I mean the week of.
It's tough, man.
The week of.
And to run
I'll
it in
talk to you about it later.
To run it in 1 4-hour session is tough too, right? It's tough. So look, a couple weeks ago I ran Null Dare, right, from Dungeon 13. 2 creatures from Null Dare fled, that got away, and headed north.
You mean the main 2 creatures?
To not the dragons.
Oh,
The 2 creatures.
mean
2 other,
Spriggans?
no, not Spriggans. There's 2 creatures in the upper level. North up. I gotta have Anna put it on the map. Up into this area right here, where the last stop on the road is, and they've kind of overtaken it, and that's what's going to be happening on Thursday night. We'll finish that up. They're trying to get into the building now as we speak, and that is here. Another great craft by Bill. There's a bunch of bandits and others that have overtaken it. It's supposed to be a neutral site for all factions in that area of the Wild Coast, and it's been overtaken, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. They're actually going to ally with a Cavalier of Mastrine, who they found buried in a pile of horse shit in the back, who was a Cavalier in the negatives, who was dying, and they kind of helped him out. So, yes. So there you go. Some strange
Gnomish? How did it come? Oh, okay.
Some strange bedfellows coming, and that is what's going on. Let me do the giveaway here. Yes, fun times.
Why you got like an Alienware image?
Because it is an Alienware.
Because that's what I have. This is an Alienware on my.
They sponsoring you?
No, it's what my computer is. Right here. All my computers are Alienware.
Jay
Oh,
hasn't
just your
figured out
screen.
how to remove it yet.
I like it. What else do you want me to put there?
Is that a background?
Yeah,
I'm sure it is.
it is. My God, what do you want me to put there?
I don't know. Something Dungeons and Dragons-y? I don't
No.
know.
Why would I help them?
Big picture of Anna that we can all be like.
No.
Why would I help Watsy? Oh my God. All right.
It could be a D&D.
Goldfish screensaver. Yes. I like my Alienware heads because it's dark and it's fine.
Yeah.
So here, suck it. I'm gonna leave it up
What,
now.
what about Anna's? What about Anna's? The silhouette thing that she did of all the different. That'd be
Oh,
cool.
that one was cool. I'm going to use
That
that
is
some
cool.
other time for something. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like
was-
that one for
with all the
now we have
different
to,
iconics.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
we have
we're
to
real
come up with
shield.
some cool
I
art
have
for
enough
you.
shields up, Dale. I
Yeah.
have enough.
Flying
Jay, have-
coasters.
Yeah,
Toasters.
Jay, have you ordered some new cool art for virtual Greyhawk Con this year?
Not yet. 'Cause we're
Chat.
so
Okay.
far out. I haven't even.
Yeah.
My brain is so real life work is killing me. So I got to get on the Free City of Altamira box set. So did they nuke some of your followers? Yes, they did. I was 2 away and they nuked 99 of them. Yes, just like Anna said the other night at the Wednesday.
they keep.
They
Yeah,
nuked
when you
them.
hit these thresholds, that they can get very picky and scrutinize them.
Probably
really
like when
carefully.
if person hits a threshold, then it does an
Whoops,
like let's
that's a
just
discount
flush out
auto
the
button.
bottom.
purge. Yeah, an
Anyone-
auto
Virtual
any of them older
BravoCon
than-
this year. Give me a second here. Boom, boom, boom. Here.
Yep.
It's October 6th through the 8th. It's already up. Oh, yes, that's awesome. The art has been ordered. So yes, I did, Anna. I even forgot about it. I already took care of it.
ordered it. You forgot about it.
That's how bad my brain is. All right, last call. If you want to sign up exclamation point drawing for the winner, I normally give a treasures away, but if you already have it, no big deal. But I have a whole bunch of stuff. I actually have 2 show cants, so I'd love to give a show canth away. What's up?
Hey, why don't we give away 2 of those 2 Leonard modules too?
Yeah.
Those Leonard. We'll
I don't
ship
have
them.
2 to give away.
Well, and I did go to and pick them up after.
Oh, good. You did. Wonderful. Then you
Yeah,
have.
and I'll
you
even
have
throw
more.
in an
my
Anna
God.
map.
Oh yeah, throw
Sure.
in that too. So yep. Mhm.
Well, we've just upped the kitty here.
Yep.
All right.
All
So
right.
we'll make this a single.
Wow.
A single thing.
Yep.
So you get your
Mhm.
Anna 2023. What's on the drawing board? Like advert
Handouts thingy.
splash.
Yep. mhm.
Troy,
Give it away.
Josh is not happy. Or is he saying, what?
And we'll give away LA1, the lighthouse.
This is not
Which-
me,
Yeah.
Troy. I only have one
and,
copy.
and LA too.
Wow.
Cool. Yep.
Okay.
Make that a giveaway
Awesome.
too.
Yep.
If they
Josh
want
is
'em.
shipping them. If they want them, are you freaking kidding me?
I don't know. You know,
2 winners.
not
That.
everyone might not be into Lakafka.
Oh
stuff.
my God.
Mhm.
Josh, I had nothing to do with this at all. As you can see, this is Josh overstepping his authoritative bounds on my stream, but he did it, so it's on Josh. So
What's wrong?
there better be a huge influx of people entering the drawing. Yeah, we just got 6 or 7, Troy, right now. So I'll give you guys all another. I'll give you all another 1 minute to sign up if you are interested in that. The first winner will get that stuff. And Josh will ship it at his cost, even if it is overseas or to Canada if someone comes up.
I'm not shipping to look. If
Yeah,
it's
you
more
are.
than I shipped some stuff to Australia last week, and it was like $15.
You
If
stepped
it's-
in this. If Bent Metal wins this and he's in Singapore or Malaysia, you're screwed.
That's where I'm sorry. Then
You just
we'll
did
send
it.
you the
There's
PDF
a- See,
for
this is
free.
where you don't understand me and Twitch. You just stepped in it and you offered it and didn't say Continental US only.
Let's see who wins. Let's see who
Let's
wins.
see who wins.
Hold on. Let me go enter first too.
There are only 30 of these copies in existence. So if you get these, please treat them with the reverence they deserve. Okay.
How much to IO or Ganymede?
Oh, look, Josh, you just signed up for your own thing because you realized that you're. Oh my God!
If I got to ship to Ganymede, I'm
you did this,
I'm
man.
changing my handle,
You
internet
freaking did
handle.
this. You got to understand the repercussions of dealing with giveaways on Twitch. You're going to
Teach me, Obi-Wan.
I try.
The ways of the Force.
I try. You know.
I'm
Balfour's
your
gonna win
your
this.
Padawan learner.
There's only 30 of these in
You're gonna drive me to
existence.
the dark side.
No, here we go. I'm closing it out. The first winner gets this. Here we go. Ready?
Well, if they want it,
Do you think?
they might
Yeah.
want one of the other things.
The winner is Viral B Jim.
Varl B. Gem.
That's
Oh.
congrats.
Yay!
Congrats. As
Yep.
long as he's on the claim.
Please live somewhere cheap.
No, yes. Varl, you are.
Come on, Singapore.
You are U.S. correct? Or you Canada?
Nice. He lives in America, apparently.
You're Idaho.
Idaho.
There you go. All right.
That's-
Replace. I know I have it, Varl, but replace your full name and address in Whisper. I'll forward it to Josh, and he'll get them right out tomorrow. Right?
Yeah.
Congrats. Are you waiting to relocate?
I go to the school of Troy. It's called Get It Done.
It was very kind of you to do that. Very kind of you to do that. Note there's only 30 of these in existence, and that is awesome for you. Second winner, who gets the normal stuff, is Dave Guild Superior. Dave, yep.
Congrats. Yep.
Dave, if you, I don't think you have treasures. I want to send you treasures of Lost Caverns of Shokanth. If you, for you, if that would be awesome. They'd be
Congrats,
two
Dave.
great adventures. Okay, 2 great things. If you have one of these, let me know, Dave, and I will change it out with something else. But I think they're both really cool.
Dave
So-
was hanging out with those Order of the Owl folks at GaryCon. I was telling you about.
Well, I
that.
already contacted them and made. They're going to participate in Greyhawk. I already made that
Hot
connection.
damn.
Of course.
Yeah, I was like walking by like a zombie, and all I heard was blah blah blah, Grand March, blah blah blah, and I knew they were up there. They're always up there. They
Yeah,
run like
it's
2
okay.
tables.
I took care of it,
I'm like,
like I said I would.
what's going on here? You guys playing Greyhawk? And they're like,
So
They play
gonna be
Greyhawk.
the greatest campaign world in the world.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
I will. Orderdale's great. So Varl, you deserve it. You're a great viewer. Thank you. So everyone, thank you for a great show. Josh, thank you for coming on and doing that.
Mhm.
Troy can beat you up himself, not me, because I had nothing to do with that. But that's great. And Anna, thank you for having coming on. And also, we'll see you for 4 great streams coming up this week.
Yep.
Lots of stuff. Oh, of course, we really appreciate it. We're rating the darling
Right,
as
Jeff.
we always do on Sundays. Hang tight, everyone. Please say hello to her. I know they got a D&D game going, and then she'll raid into someone else late night and get a benefit of it. You know what? This is blinding me. I'm turning that down. All right. See you all Wednesday night.
You don't aim the light at you. You aim it against the wall. It's supposed to bounce off some white.
Thank you for
Mhm.
sharing those words
Pro
of wisdom
tip.
to me. Yes. Now I'm gonna hit a wrong button. See you all soon. Have
Thanks,
a good one.
Obi. See you guys.
Wah, wah, wah.
Uh-oh.
Thank you all for the huge amount of subs. We're really healthy on monthly subs. I really appreciate it.
Try again, Zara. What's that, Barl?
Let's see if we can get over 90. How's that sound? Yes. Going for 100? Yes. Over 100. 102. 5, 4,
Woo!
3, 2, 1. See you Wednesday. Awesome.
That is great. Yep.
Good stuff.
Let me shut off the stream.